everyone. My name is Katie, and I am live here. Just one moment while the stupid Discord connects to the chat, because my computer's being very slow. Come on, what is it doing? I think the live stream is making it slow. My apologies. Alright. Hello?
Hopefully.
Oh, here we go.
Yay, hello.
Hello.
Yes, it's decided to
what was
be
the issue?
stupid. Oh, there was no issue. Just somebody decided to stand in the sink downstairs while I was trying to get a drink of water, so I had to go down 2 flights of stairs. So, that's why I'm a minute late for this stream.
I meant with your microphone, but okay.
Is my microphone a problem?
Well, no, it's fine now, but I remember the other day you said something about it not cooperating, or maybe that was Audacity.
Might have been Audacity.
Okay.
Probably was Audacity. I'm gonna have to link this, which, with my computer being exceedingly slow.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yippee.
Yeah, let me get onto the channel, which you can't access right here. There it is.
Oh, fun.
So, apparently Gina's mom was asking about the game and stuff, so my mom was emailing her our web addresses and stuff.
Oh, fun.
Yep. She was like, who's Combustible Pasta Studios? You know, she walks in and asks me that question. I'm like, that's our YouTube branch.
Uh-oh.
It is our YouTube branch of the franchise, the pasta franchise, the noodle franchise, the flammable noodle franchise.
Flammable noodle makes me laugh still. I don't know what it is. It's just too perfect.
Oh, we're already...
How can you misunderstand something that bad? Alright. All the fun setting up stuff that comes with streams.
Yeah,
Apparently, we're a little quiet.
You are, because you're coming in loud and clear for me, and I've got you maxed here.
Okay, I'm just looking at the chat right now because we have people here already. Hello! We got 10 people.
Oh,
wow,
sweet.
That's a lot more than
Why is our game listed as Shin Megami Tensei?
I have no idea.
That's amazing.
So, fun story. We made that game.
Oh yeah. This is our development story.
Oh
Whoops.
my gosh.
It's the boss was just a cover for that game.
Ah yes. Everything's a facade, everything's a lie.
Absolutely.
The Discord server is a complete lie.
Oh,
Our real passion isn't demon slaying, so
Amazing.
Definitely.
hello everybody.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying you're kinda quiet?
Oh yeah,
It
because I
says.
turned my mic down so that we'd be on the same level.
Sorry.
Oh, weird.
Okay, let me try increasing your audio via Discord. Here, now you are max. Now you're double the audio.
Yeah, hello to everyone who's just joining the stream.
Yep.
All the peoples.
Look at all those lovely people. Oh my goodness.
I've been saying it for years, it's all a facade. You've been on to us even though we've not been here for more than like a year. Sarcastic Pasta has not been around for that long.
It has been around for a long time.
Well, I mean it was before it had another name. So if we're talking about branding, then difference, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Possibly. I don't
In total,
It doesn't really matter.
yeah, in total it's like a year and 5 months, I guess.
Oh,
something
jeez.
like that. Yeah, it started in November of 2016.
Yeah, so a year and 5 months.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Alright.
You joined
We're
us
gonna need
after,
to.
so
We're actually gonna need to get
yeah.
incorporated at some point.
we are
Yeah, back-
eventually. But
Yeah, back when it
When
was
we
all
actually
on
start
Skype.
making like non-fan games. So
oh, definitely yes. No, I'm not gonna play Glitch in the System. I just needed something to put on the screen. That
Yeah.
seemed as good as any. This is Makori's design. The
Barf.
glitchy stuff, which I don't know
Yeah.
how to do because I'm inept at everything.
Oh. Branding. What? Why? Why would you say that? But let's see. Why is Katie so
am I
quiet?
quiet? Am I not talking close enough to my mic? I should be
Setting
very
things
loud
up
now.
the stream.
Yes, that is the full stream here. Yeah, I don't know who all is coming. Yeah, Yeah, there probably will be Glitch in the System spoilers here. But there definitely will be boss spoilers, that's for certain.
If you want to play Glitch in the System blindly, just exit out of this and play it all in one go. It's not that long.
Oh no, I guess I could play it for you all and let you guys ask questions about it. That would be kind of fun. The only issue is that I'd have to like adjust the volume of the game and stuff so you guys can be heard over it. Am I still very quiet? Am I gonna have to like talk like this the whole time?
I think who knows. But yeah, again, this will probably just be about the boss for the most part.
Mostly for the boss.
That means I gotta go, sorry. Hey, enjoy the game blindly.
Have fun, yeah. Come back when you're done. We'll probably still be here. It's not that long.
Play it! Well, I mean, people wouldn't mind, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Still quiet? Why am I still quiet? What's going on here? My mic? It says that. Let me turn up my mic, because sometimes it can get funny.
On OBS or on Discord?
Just in general. Levels. Oh, I'm at 82%. Here, let me turn it up to 100.
Alright, sweet. So who from the team is here?
We have Sushi and we have Mikori, and I think that we're supposed to have more people, but I haven't really heard of any more people, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know either. Sushi is muted for now, but she's in the call.
Yes.
Yeah. So, the two developers and I'm here, I guess. I don't what. I love the game. I cried a lot.
For a second there, I thought you were saying that, and I was going to be very confused. Unless you're talking about programming it, in which case I would not blame you for crying over that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can't say I teared up, but a lot of wall punching, sure.
Oh, definitely. That last battle was brutal.
Oh, it was the worst.
Oh, just wait till the sequel. We're probably going to have more fun. Difficult as all heck. I'm thinking of the first main section, and I'm about to cry because of how hard that's going to be to program.
Welcome to the stream.
It's just going to be us crying as hard as you did watching the boss.
Enjoy the game. I'm loving the menu. Thank you. You might only see this for the entire stream, unless again we play the demo, or Katie plays the demo.
I could always play the demo. Just because there's stuff. There's nothing else to do.
There's stuff. Yeah. So if you guys have questions for Sushi, who's assistant everything, or Katie, who did everything as well.
Everything. I didn't do the art.
Fair, you did almost all of the writing. You and Sushi did basically all of the writing.
So. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Your brother is on the team. He could always pop in and say hi. His voice would be very recognizable.
Oh yeah.
What? I'm sorry, you guys broke up.
Right now? Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to ask anything. And obvious spoiler warning is obvious. So.
Yes. And I was saying, Sushi, that your brother is Citrus, who played 207.
Okay, yeah,
you could always
questions are
invite him
coming
in
in.
if you wanted.
Unfortunately, though, he's got a flight tonight. Like, they just called him and said, hey, we've got some work for you, so.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Said, please play the demo. We can do a Q&A while we're doing the demo as well. I'll just have to screw with the audio as well. Am I sounding better now? Because I turned my volume up all the way. And I can turn up the volume for Discord and down the volume for the game. So we could always just play it here and let y'all who weren't able to see it play it.
Yeah. For Mac users as well, I guess.
That is true. We do have some possible Mac users as well. And yes, you can ask questions about the demo. I'm half as loud as everyone else. How am I? Oh, okay. That's weird.
It might be on other people's ends. I don't see how that makes sense, but you're fine on Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me go to the volume mixer.
So, by the way, the music in the demos is great as usual. We've been lucky enough to work with some really cool composers, so.
We really have. Justin is legit.
And even now we have a few more guest composers for Glitch in the System, so look forward to some nice music, I guess.
We have two guest composers, and they both did something for this game as well. Unfortunately, two of them don't have music that you can hear in the same playthrough.
Oh yeah.
So
but I guess that's another ordeal.
And one of the guests did another, and yeah.
How many new characters are going to be in the game?
Oh heavens!
Lots.
Yeah,
Lots.
Lots.
You guys
Lots
think
is a
that
good
we know
answer.
exactly how many? Oh my goodness, there's gonna be so many.
I
Yeah.
think we had a rough estimate. There were like 70-some characters in the first game, like overall. I
There
think.
must have been. There were a lot of sprites.
Yeah,
Goodness.
a lot of characters. But yeah, we couldn't give you an exact number because even we don't know for the new game. But just know lots.
Yep.
Lots is a good. It
Lots
should give
is a
you an
good
idea.
number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the music? I mean, I'm sure you can hear the music, but
I had to mute my YouTube video just because,
that'd probably be
you know,
really distracting.
didn't want
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in radio, so you do get some echo, but
Is Sean
yeah,
still
not-
in the game?
not that
Heavens,
much.
yes. Sean is there. Look, oh,
he's
wait.
right
You
here.
can't see my mouse.
wait.
Yeah, he's right there.
It is his
Alright.
lovely face.
Alright, I think the music is at a good level. So let's click out here.
I don't know if this was answered, but Aqua Topaz, I know you just released the demo for this, but are you still working on the Boss is Nothing?
Yeah, we are. We've got some assets that are coming in, and then
Yeah, I need
Sushi
to
still
work
has
on
a
those.
lot of maps to do. So I'm kind of waiting on a lot of those, but I have the beginning done, I think.
Sorry.
Except for some VA stuff. Random question from the scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to create a game? I'd say somewhere in the 15 to 20 range.
But don't let that discourage you if you want to make a game, because
Yeah, if you're stubborn enough, you can do it.
Mhm.
You have to be
Yep,
very
it just-
stubborn. OMG,
Yep,
he
it
has
just-
legs.
yes, he does.
It's equal parts difficult as it is rewarding, though.
Oh, it's
if you
absolutely
find,
rewarding.
yeah,
It's delayed gratification, though. My goodness, it took Jack how long to play the game?
almost as much as it
7
took
or
for
8
the
months?
development.
Yeah, it almost took as long as it took for us to develop the game for Jack to play it. And I don't think that's going to be the case for the next one because he knows that we're good now.
If Jack voiced his character, he'd be spoiled. Well, not necessarily spoiled. I mean, it depends on what you tell people when you ask them to voice act.
He'll know like one character who's going to show up, but that's about it, really. Yep.
Again,
Have you
it's
guys
not
made
even
fan games for
guaranteed.
other YouTubers? No, I have not.
Yeah,
I'm
the boss was our first.
Yeah, I'm on the team for a MatPat fan game, but I haven't like done very much for it, so yeah.
Yes, Flamingo Shorts.
Oh my goodness, 30 watching. This is quite an audience.
All the peoples. Yes. I believe Kat, who isn't in the chat, wanted to. Maybe she said she might consider making a Markiplier fan game on her own.
Yeah, she was talking
cool.
about that. I don't know if
Yeah.
she wants to.
So
Hi, excuse me, Sean. How did you get in the bedroom that is always blocked off? That's a good question.
The Boss is Nothing, as we said, is happening. It is actually coming before Glitch in the System, because it's not a huge game. It's more of a smaller side thing. So yeah, look forward to that we have a release date of June 23rd, right?
I believe so.
We're
That or
hoping so,
28th.
but we still need those assets.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
Yeah. Again,
and we need the cutscene as well. So that's...
it's a much shorter game, but
Yep.
it'll happen before the full game for Glitch in the System. So
Oh, definitely. And I don't know if it's going to be exactly June, because I mean, I know what's going to happen in it, so... But the main issue is that I don't have any of the maps.
yeah.
Like, any.
Yeah, I need to get through that, so...
Still, it's being made. That's just the
It's
question.
in the process. And the nice thing about The Boss is Nothing is that we're going to be able to use a lot of the same kind of maps and stuff. We have to do some light edits to them, but like, yeah, there's a lot of the same stuff. And we're going to use, I think we're only going to put one original song in that one. No, 2 original songs are going to be in that one. The one for the menu and the one for something toward the end.
Any games that you missed putting in the game as Easter eggs or in the storyline?
I don't know if we necessarily consider it missing something.
The Boss 3. We
No.
need to work on our own, like, these two first.
Yeah, and besides that, we would only really consider it if we had an idea for it.
I don't think the glitch in the system is going to have a very finale kind of feel to it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, well then in that case, very, very unlikely, sorry.
Yeah, and we want to make our own games too. We have some ideas.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, we are hoping to branch out and become, like, our own
Actual game developers.
Yeah, our own indie company, so, you'll be seeing more games from us, definitely, but they just won't necessarily be Jack fan games.
Here's the erotic painting of Jack. He has retired it. But don't worry, you never know if you'll see it again. I'm not gonna
That
say
The true
painting
mystery of the second game.
has a mind of its
Melodita,
own.
Happy Sunday.
Hello.
Our voice of
Hey! Mm-hmm.
Are any egos in the game other than...
You're gonna have that question
at me.
answered in like a couple minutes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, look forward to that, which won't be suspenseful whatsoever, because it's in a few
No.
minutes. So, let's see.
Weird to watch the streams.
And
this
you
way
can talk,
behind.
because I know the previous
Yes,
Q&A was
the
just to
toast is
avoid
back.
spoilers regarding
Oh,
the
yes,
ending of the
Toast is
boss.
back. Are any of the characters from the boss going to make an appearance? What does that mean exactly? Of course, like, Jack's gonna be in it. Favorite Night in the Woods character? I don't know.
Oh, the reason that the sprite seems taller than the one in the original game is we are actually working with a different type of sprite right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just for the sake of adding more details to characters, because you'll notice the original game had a lot of tinier sprites. This is just taller, so we can add more clothing detail.
Yeah,
I think they call this like I think they call these like max sprites.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a specific kind of sprite. Like Papyrus and Undyne, those kind of characters. On some level, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love this cutscene. This is so good.
Mm-hmm. And we can see it, so yay!
I know! I have the right graphics card.
Favorite Night in the Woods character?
Oh my word. Bing was so much fun to write.
Oh, I have Bing. The trailer.
Because I based him off of Baymax from Big Hero 6.
Oh, right, I forgot about that story. Yeah, you were trying to come up with, like, a personality for him.
Because like, Bing doesn't have a canonical personality, but I'm not, like, to the point in the... I haven't been in the Jacksepticeye community while Bing was, like, a big thing. Apparently, that was kind of a thing. But, yeah,
Bing was a
everybody's
thing.
freaking out that it's Bing's here.
And then just, I love Baymax.
I do love... I mean, I love Baymax. I was in the Big Hero 6 fandom until I found Undertale.
Oh, like right before, alright.
Well, no, that one came out in 2014, so I had a good year of being in that fandom before Undertale destroyed it.
Oh, well then.
Bing Hero 6, I like it.
Amazing.
Somebody draw that, please. Like, draw the Big Hero 6 team, but it's the different egos. I would love that.
Rate
Bing
your
Hero
game on a
6.
scale of 1 to 10, I am scared. What does that mean?
Tadoshi's here. I think you meant Tadoshi.
It's the pain on a scale of 1 to 10, that's Baymax, you know? On a scale of 1 to 10,
Oh, alright.
how would you rate your pain?
I need to watch that movie again. I might do that when I'm done with this here.
Yeah.
Jackie's Hero.
I-
Yes! I would love that.
Aww.
Yeah, please. If you guys want to draw that, I would not complain. So yeah, you can ask this question at the boss or glitch in the system here, honestly. I'm just playing this through because a lot of you guys haven't seen it, so... This is really good that we're getting a really good route here, because there's some variations. And also, we added some new facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I'm asking lots of questions. You guys can literally ask anything regarding the boss.
Yeah,
Or
anything. We are
glitch.
here to answer your questions about either game, honestly, or just stupid stuff about us, if you want. If that's really
Yeah.
what you want. What's your favorite color?
Amazing. Well, stream's over. I genuinely
We
cried
didn't
at
find
the
out
end.
our favorite color, though. It's purple.
The suspense.
That's one of the reasons I put Jenny in purples, because it's my favorite color. Will the toast ever be edible? That's a great question.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I
A
don't
consumable item.
think so. Well, we don't really have consumable items in this.
True, but we can always make stuff like consumable for kicks and grins.
True.
That is true. Do you think any of the games will be mobile? Not the fan games. I would not object or put out of my mind the idea of doing a mobile game in the future, but not something Jacksepticeye related. Probably not.
For the sake of some of the mechanics as well for the boss, we wouldn't try to do anything in mobile anyways. Just because of the finale.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, oh my goodness, trying to do the boss finale in mobile? That would be impossible.
Oh, it would be a pure nightmare, so no thank you.
You'd probably have to, like, drag your finger across the maze. That would drive people nuts.
There's like input lag too, and it's just like, oh, okay.
And I'm like, and then button mashing would just be like tapping on your phone to probably destroy phones that way.
Yeah,
Oh my
you
gosh,
just
I
see,
like that.
A cracked screen. I
The
enjoyed
boss
your
is
game.
toast.
The
The boss is toast.
Well,
that.
you spoiled the game for anybody who hasn't played it.
Mhm.
I know Jack said that. Like that was his prediction there. The toast is the bad guy.
Oh,
That was one of the best predictions.
Oh. What about the boss fight with the tilt controls? Oh my
Oh
goodness.
no!
That'd
Oh,
be even
no.
harder.
That'd be the
Is
worst
this
for
the boss
inverted
too?
controls. I mean,
Kind of? I mean, it's not
in a
officially
way.
called The Boss 2, but it's a sequel?
Yeah, I'm not reading the dialogue out loud. You guys can go ahead and read it on your own.
If
I'm
there were to be a
I've read it
sequel-
100,000 times. I can follow the
If it-
story pretty easily, considering I wrote most of this.
yeah. Also, for clarification, Glitch in the sequel system is a sequel. It just doesn't have the boss next to its name. So.
Yeah, we put the boss glitch in the system for marketing reasons, like so people know that it's related to it, but it's not actually. What did you think of Jack's Let's Play? Hoo boy! There's a lot to say about that.
You both want to answer this? you were predicting like him playing it for months.
Oh, there were things that we predicted correctly, like him
do
walking
voices
directly
what?
into the serpents in the Mabuka maze, like without even hesitating. Him choosing the blue door naturally. I know that we told him to do it, but he legit wanted to. We thought that was
yeah.
probably gonna happen.
You tell me to be quiet, I yell louder!
Like that. I have a chat log of the final episode. Oh, there was a chat log?
Unless they mean the rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Oh wow.
It might be wrong. I have no clue. But yeah.
Oh, this is Kashi's Arts doing the Bing face sets. It's very accurate to Alina's style there. Did you cry at the end of Valiant Hearts? I don't know what Valiant Hearts is. Sorry.
Oh, I think both
I think
of you
Jack
like
played it?
Valiant Hearts. Yeah, it's
Oh.
a really good game.
Yeah, I've never.
I haven't
never heard
actually
of it. I
watched
must have
it.
missed it. How many Easter
I'm
eggs
still
and
trying
such
to-
did he miss in the playthrough? He missed 6 Easter eggs.
Oh yeah.
6 Easter eggs.
Yep. Fun fact, there's actually a slight variant of dialogue in one part of the game if you have 2 or more eggs.
Yeah, you can see it in the developer live stream, but yes, there is, and that's Sushi said that because she did the GLaDOS voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yep,
just
she
very-
says something about, you know, you have no weapons, and then the variant piece is like, I suppose you could egg me to death, but...
Yeah, that was great. Who voiced GLaDOS in the boss? Portal 2 is my
I
favorite
did!
game. Ah!
That was me. I
It's
voiced
a sushi. Yes.
You can do she also did Undyne,
Mm-hmm.
Napstablook, best Napstablook voice.
Thank you.
Oh, you just answered. Never mind. How did you find people to work on the boss? Oh my goodness. If I had known how popular, if y'all had known how popular this was, I probably would have had no problems. But in the beginning, when we were no one, and believe me, that was for a very long time, we put out Tumblr posts, a lot of Tumblr posts, asking for help. We'd get like 1 or 2 responses. A lot of them would leave after like a week.
Thank you.
A lot of whom would leave without doing anything, and then some would leave after doing like 1 or 2 things. That we got the cake sprites from somebody who we never heard from again. We've literally never heard from him since he left the production 2 Novembers ago.
Yeah. So a bunch of people just did like
We
tiny
credited him,
pieces. Yeah.
But yeah, the cake sprite. Yeah, that was done really early, and we never heard from him again. I have no idea if he's even seen the Let's Play or if he's even if he's in the fandom. Which is kind of it was kind of a shame. He was cool. Why does that sound familiar? How did you make the GLaDOS voicer lag? Oh, that's actually Melodyne.
Which, all I did was record it, so I'm not sure how that worked. All I did was just stood in front of the microphone and was saying, like, shoot, I was trying to think of a GLaDOS line. I can't think of anything right now. Oh,
Showed signs of
two
near
should
intelligence.
see you two should see yourselves right now. Kind of like that. And then, of course, I had to go in and edit out all the breathing because, you know, she's a robot. She's not gonna breathe, so...
That was probably the most lengthy process there.
Yeah, because it's like, geez, I was leaning in pretty close to the microphone just because I wasn't, like, projecting too much. And I was trying my hardest to not have any breath sounds in the microphone, which is actually kind of tiring to try and pull off.
Huh.
because you're trying to like restrict your breathing so you're not like making a whole lot of puffing sounds.
Yeah,
So I had to take a couple of breaks every now and then and just like okay, I gotta breathe now. Jeez.
Yeah, your Napstablook voice is really hard to get done without the puffs as well, I think.
Yeah, it's because I'm leaning so close to the microphone.
Because Napstablook has a really quiet voice.
Aww.
It's the quieter ones that are really hard to do. The louder ones, like Undyne, that is really easy to do.
Yeah, you just kind of belt and just hope for the best.
Yeah. You just
I tend to
shout.
use.
Oh,
I tend to use my own voice for her though. So.
Oh, just louder.
Yeah, a lot
I was
louder.
low-key waiting for Wheatley to make an appearance in the portal section. LMAO. Honestly, I would not object to that, but we don't have any ideas to include him now.
Incorporate.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody on our team can do a Wheatley voice. Can David do a Wheatley voice?
He kind of can. I know he's played around with it before. I mean, I don't know exactly how close it is off the top of my head. It was really good, but yeah, I'm not 100% certain how close it was just thinking about it right now.
Hi everyone, just woke up, so what are we seeing on the screen? First of all, aren't you like 12 hours ahead, so meaning that it is 6 o'clock in the morning for you?
Hello. Some people get up really early.
Yeah.
We are kind of anomalies in the fact that we get up at like 10 in the morning.
Someone do the nugget voice? I mean, we can do a nugget voice.
Enough talking. Shoot.
I like Steph's nugget voice from GT Live. If anybody's seen it, that's a really good nugget voice. Like,
I have to
it
look
and
that up.
Jack have the best nugget voices.
Yeah, I gotta look that up.
Does Jack know about Bing? I have no idea. We don't talk to him.
As an aspiring actor, any advice to get into voice acting?
Well, if I could take cool advice that would work, I'd be in voice acting, wouldn't I?
You have been in voice acting. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I got lucky, but yeah.
I'd say part of it is just putting your stuff out there.
Definitely audition.
Auditioning. There's like Casting Call Club, I think, is one place that, is regularly looking for people. Another place is like Tumblr. Sometimes taking voice requests might help. Or like doing a voiced ask blog or something. Like my brother David, who voiced 207 in the game, he actually has an Oogie Boogie voice blog that he will take questions for. He hasn't done it in a while, but if you look for Ask an Oogie Boogie, that's all one word, .tumblr.com, you can actually find it. Or if you just go to his page, like citrusstorm.tumblr.com, you can find a link to a lot of the voice work that he's done. So it really is, a lot of it's just putting yourself out there, getting noticed, sometimes doing stuff like comic dubs. Make sure you ask permission first if they don't have it clear whether or not you're allowed to do it.
Well,
People who are totally... there are some people who are totally okay with you voicing their dubs, but be sure to give credit, be sure to link back, let them know, hey, I voiced your dub, so that way that they see it and maybe they'll reblog it and show everybody else. So yeah, it's a lot of putting yourself out there, basically, to get noticed.
Do you pick references based on your personal favorite game, or do you do it based on the popularity of them? Both. It really is both, because there were some references that, like, I freaking love the Stanley Parable. That's one of my favorite games. But I love how creepy this music is, honestly. It's just so unsettling.
All the creepy music. Let's see.
This is an actual conversation I had with Eevee, by the way. If anybody didn't know, I did put a lot of boss dialogue in Eevee, so if you're ever talking to her and she suddenly spouts out boss lines, that's because of me.
Amazing. Also, random side note, did you decide how Cliff's shirt will look like? The winners would be announced in the next few days, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably be up past midnight, so we might announce the winners tonight for all we know.
So,
because we have some people that we really, really liked, but you know.
Yeah, it's still in the decision process, so.
Yeah. We might actually combine some design as well. We're thinking about it. Like, changing it up a little bit or combining a design because we like the colors of one, but we like the design of another. And if that's the case, they tie for winning. We're not gonna like be, oh yeah, we used more of your design, so.
Yeah, no, it'd be equal. But let's see. That would look cool. Yeah, there's been some very creative designs.
Is that
I've
because
seen a
you...
bunch of them that are just super colorful, which is nice.
Honestly, I could ask you guys some question. It is a Q&A.
Actually, I believe those are shorts rather than underwear, or are those like swim shorts? The flamingo shorts?
Swim shorts, yeah. How long have we been working on Glitch in the System? Like, actually, legitimately working on it, I would say, like, 2 months or something. But coming up with ideas for and, like, discussing it, quite some time.
Yeah, it's, I would say closer to, like, August of last year?
It was September? No, it was August, because it was going to be a DLC, and if we count the DLC days, then it was August. If we count when it actually was a full game, it was October, I think.
Yeah, because I remember discussing it with you, like, on the Metro, and it was, like, it was definitely August when I was there for the launch, so...
Oh, you'll have to come back for the next launch. You and Kat
I will.
And Jay, maybe? And, like, get some more people?
It'll be a big thing.
It like PAX. Oh, I guess we could delay it significantly so we can launch it at PAX. But then Jack
Yeah, but...
Just for the sake of it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What was your favorite part of Sean's playthrough?
Every time he complimented something I did. I'm kidding. No, I liked hearing him do the voices, though, especially with the lines that I wrote. That was cool. But there were a couple times, like, I wasn't sure if a line really worked for a character, and since Jack's Let's Play of Undertale was the first one I ever saw, or, like, my first exposure to Undertale, like, generally, hearing him do the voice with my lines was like, oh yeah, that is in character. So that was really cool.
I legitimately got jump scared. The goal of this puzzle was not to jump scare.
It's a jump scare.
Oh damn. Nailed it. Is Eevee going to censor everything again? I mean, could.
We have a plan for that. Oh,
jump scare, that was the worst pun. Nothing happened. Let's see.
I love my child so much. Billy is my son.
Do you think Jack will play this game too?
I actually think it's very likely that Jack will play this game. Like, not the demo, and I kind of don't want him to. Just because there's some gimmicky stuff for the demo that, like, would get confusing, I think, for him. So, I really hope nobody's, like, spamming him or anything like that, because I really kind of don't want him to play this. This is more for you guys' sake, to get hyped for you, and then when it comes time to actually release it and stuff, we'll probably be posting... We'll probably do the same thing we did with the previous game and, like, post a countdown for the last 10 days. And that Jack will almost certainly see, and, you know, don't Billy have a father? Yeah, Bobby, who is very irresponsible.
So...
The hype is working. Oh, trust me, there's a lot more where that came from. I think we're gonna be actually, I think we're gonna have a lot more promo material for this game than the previous one, because of stuff.
Stuff.
Well, there's some stuff in the, stuff in the demo that's got some really cool, that's got some really cool, foreshadowing. We're hoping February for when Glitch comes out. We're really hoping for that. I think it's very possible, as long as... Katie, please don't hurt my boy. Excuse me.
Please.
Do not. That is my child. If anyone's gonna hurt him, it's gonna be me. Because he is mine. I don't care about Jim Bonacci, whatever. He's mine. I mean, I think that he's different enough that I don't think that he would be able to, like, press charges against me. I mean, he didn't give him any personality.
I was gonna say, you and Bobby have joint custody.
I am Billy's mother.
And you and Bobby aren't even married, so it's like this weird joint custody between two people.
Yes, I am old enough to be Billy's mother.
Let's see.
If Billy's
you could be.
I would have had him when I was 18. So I'm old enough to be his mother and somewhat not too young to be a mom age.
The more you know.
Yeah.
What made you laugh the most in Jack's Let's Play?
Oh man. I think one of my favorite parts was, this reminds me of Portal, right before the Portal section.
Oh, oh yeah, that was
great.
amazing. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Stanley Parable was actually made in the Source engine like Portal, so it makes sense why it would be very similar because, yeah, same game engine, so.
Yep, pretty much. Billy is an angel. Here's something very interesting that I noted about, Billy, though, is that he's gotten a lot of really positive reception, which is funny because Billy, I made him to be very lovable, but I wasn't sure if he was going to come across that way to other people who were, playing it because when I first had the idea to include Billy as a main character in the game, I thought, okay, he's got to constantly give Jack a really hard time for killing him so many times, but he doesn't actually hate Jack. So it's a really interesting, mix of things, and I wasn't sure if I could pull that off.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of fan games were receiving, treated Billy as an enemy character and nothing else.
That was why I made Billy a protagonist. I really wanted to give him more of a nuanced character. I didn't say I was gonna bomb Billy with sadness. I just said that I hurt the people I love. And I love Billy.
Which is somehow worse. Let's see.
Katie, I would die for this boy. I am surprised. Because then again, I wasn't sure Billy would catch on or that... Is anyone on the team aware that there is a version of Billy in Jack to the Future? I was not aware of that because because Jack didn't finish Jack to the Future. I thought, okay, we're gonna put the only references in this are gonna be stuff about which that Jack, I don't know what I'm saying, about the stuff that Jack had actually seen in the game, because otherwise it would have gotten confusing and I would have had to play the entire game, which, by the way, I found out later was 20 hours long, so Jack kind of made a good call on not playing the rest of it. It's a long game.
I missed a question. Let's see.
Oh,
our YouTubers, I believe, will Mark and Felix make an appearance again?
Do they?
Not sure.
Not in the demo? I don't know yet. It's possible? I think, no, in a way Mark will show up, because we had a funny idea. But, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. So in a way, I think Mark might.
Felix,
I'm not sure
maybe.
about Felix, probably not. Because I'm not a PewDiePie fan. I put him in the first game because, he's a friend of Jack's.
Well, I mean, they're friends. Yeah, they're friends.
Is there anything you would change about the first game? By the way, it was awesome.
Oh, wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I had to scroll up a bunch.
Oh, wow. Would I change anything? I would make it so you couldn't save on the autosave spot, but I don't think that's really what you're asking. I think that's just more of a technical thing.
Maybe on, a design standpoint only, rather than, let's change the collision on this tree, or something.
Yeah, yes, I would have made the trees more collidable. No, no, I don't know.
We'll walk into this one.
I don't know if I change anything.
I mean, to be fair, you get so used to a game, or a project you make, you can't really envision something changing.
I guess I'd probably add more to it, but I can't think of anything I'd take away from it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would probably change is, maybe give it the max sprites, just because I personally think they're,
They're really nice.
Yeah, I think they're really nice, so that would be, the only thing I would change about the game. Other than that, and maybe fix a few typos or something
we fixed so many typos, and we
I know, we're still finding them.
I saw them in Jack's Let's Play, and I was like, oh, great, another typo we didn't fix.
Yep. So, that would probably be the only thing, that we'd probably change.
Yeah, probably.
But at this point, it's yeah, no, the game is good the way it is, I think, unless we find, some other game-breaking bug, which I doubt, but,
I think in 20,000 plays, if nobody's found a game-breaking bug, we're good.
We should be in the clear.
Aside from the don't enter the air vent when it's 0.
Oh, I fixed that one, actually.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
when did you fix it?
Oh, I fixed it ages ago.
Huh.
Also, Sushi wrote this, I think. Sushi or Cat, I can't remember. Oh, I wrote that.
Let's see.
PMA! We can finally put PMA in this game. Actually, that's something I would have added to the previous game. I would have put PMA in there. But I didn't know about it.
You technically did.
We did. We did very much like. It was very PMA, like reminiscent,
Themed.
without the actual PMA in it.
Yeah, without the branding, I guess.
Game-breaking bug. The game gains sentience and tries to kill you. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll keep that in mind.
Uh-oh. You've doomed us all.
Look forward to the release.
Okay.
Says our lead programmer who realizes how hard that would be to program.
Program sentience.
Program
What's the next
sentience
question?
into the game. It's like that's how long. I mean, think about how long it took the freaking Last Guardian.
I have trouble with image choices. Please don't do this.
Oh no, no, it's not gonna. No, I did have an idea for something along those lines. The whole
What?
like game is sentient thing, but I can't tell
alright.
you because that might be a spoiler for a future game. Also, I don't think a lot of people saw this, but you can get chewed out.
Amazing.
Gosh, I
Let's
love
see.
Billy and Jack. I love Billy and Jack too. Honestly, like when I first made the boss and like there wasn't a whole lot of people in the team and stuff, I showed my parents, I think, like what we had because they were curious about because they were like, "Wait, you actually made a game?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." So they wanted proof that I'd made a game. At that point, we'd gotten up to Wireland and that was it. And so I'd gotten the Billy conversations and all that, but like it was really broken and unfinished. And we're talking like 2 weeks into development, probably less.
Oh, was it during the All the Way title music?
No, it was after that.
Alright.
Okay. What was the next
I added
question?
Stuff to all the static, but
Oh
Billy
yeah, I
becomes
saw that.
self-aware and works with Monica. Billy is pretty self-aware. I'm just saying, Billy is incredibly self-aware.
There's a bunch of characters in the boss that break the fourth wall.
Oh, the merchants break the fourth wall. They annihilate it.
It's non-existent after that point.
Jack really liked that. I was a little surprised.
Oh, the fourth wall, like,
He really
comedy?
liked the fourth wall comedy, yeah.
Which was nice.
Good to know.
Oh yeah, well, we actually have added some stuff to the demo as well. Actually, there's a bit I can show you with Billy that just annihilates the fourth wall as well.
When is the full glitch coming out? Did we answer that one?
Hopefully February. Isn't the fourth wall in this game the ceiling? Yes! Yes, it is.
They broke the ceiling, yes.
How about adding the characters from kindergarten? We cannot reveal our secrets.
Will
We
there be more
have
Billy
selected
jokes?
all the games that are going to get added into this one.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of, like, we have some leeway, like, if something isn't working out, and we can probably figure it early, like, in the first game we were originally going to add the final station, but that ended up being a technical
forgot about
nightmare,
that.
so we decided not to, and we replaced that with Layers of Fear, I think. Yes, it was Layers of Fear we replaced that with. So, Jenny
Which I
ended
was
up in the
very
final
happy.
station, and we did make sprites for that, which are in the game files, but they're encrypted if you download it, so you won't get to see it. But I would love to be able to use those, because we ended up using one of them for the cutscene with the line. There's a bit where one of the zombies thingies is chasing the guy from the final station. I don't know if that... Is that still in the cutscene?
I don't believe so, but I know
Okay,
Jack
it was the
interacted
original
with the
one.
character from... Yeah. Let's see. Game-breaking mechanic
Billy's such a
nuggets.
sweet kid. He deserves
What?
better. What do you mean he deserves better? He's got a pretty good life here. Oh,
Unless that was a reaction to the Nugget steals Fran from Billy thing.
whoa, what? I did not see that.
Someone
Oh, I see.
right above it. Yeah, game breaking mechanic.
Amazing. Yeah, the game crashes.
Oh,
Poor Billy.
There's no movement
who do we
animation.
ship
It
in this
just
game? I
closes.
saw that question earlier. Fran Billy, of course. And of course.
Let's see.
How can I become a beta tester for people's games? It really just depends. Some game developers are very picky, and some just kind of leave it open for anyone as long as they can.
I'm really
Play a
glad we
game
got
on a
our
computer.
testers before Jack played the game, because it would have been a nightmare sifting through hundreds of responses.
Oh yeah.
We had
Um,
29.
Will the game over screen
Based
be as
on
amazing
a
as
true
the
story.
first one?
Based on a true story, by the way.
Let's see.
Now you get
But
why
yeah,
I'm
just-
laughing. Oh, wait, no, I guess they can't see it, so. Yeah. Jack's whole eating bouncy ball thing, that's based on a true story.
Yep. when we went over to PAX East, like some months before that, I got this weird idea that I was going to just give Jack, as sort of a gag gift, a whole bunch of bouncy balls. And I was telling people about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy like a whole bunch of bouncy balls off of like Oriental Trading or something, and just give them to him because, you know, in his Happy Wheels videos, he's always like, I love balls. So I got like a drink bottle full of bounce balls, and I took it with me. Fun fact, the TSA cannot see through glass, and I did get pulled over for them to take a look at it because it was in my bag when I was flying, and the guy pulls it out, looks at it, and I'm like, it's a thing of bounce balls? So he goes over, types something into the computer, and gives it back to me, because you can see through the container. It's like a whole bunch of colorful little neon bounce balls. And when I say little, these are like dime-sized, so they're pretty small. But anyway, so I presented it to Jack when we got to meet him at PAX East, and he's like, oh my gosh. So then he looks at me very seriously and says, I'm gonna eat these.
Oh my gosh, he literally deadpanned that, like full-on serious face.
So
the music would have cut if there was background music for it.
Yes, it was very funny.
I busted up.
I want to put a moment like that in this game, honestly.
I busted out laughing, and I was like, please don't. And he turns around, he's like, I'm a child, you can't trust me. And I notice when he turns around, he's got the smile on his face. It's like, oh, Jack, you stinker.
It would be really cool if he used that for his next, like, bro average video. Because, I mean, at this point, he's confirmed there will be another one.
Oh, cool. So the story continues a little bit. On the way back, when we hit the road, there was this rest stop we were at that had a couple of arcade games, and we were waiting for the restroom to open up anyways. And I have this thing about bounce balls for some reason, where it's like, if I see like a vending machine for it, I will be like, I have quarters. It's probably like a throwback to my childhood. I'm just like, I remember getting those out of the machine. Let me go see if I can get another one. So I just walk over, and I start playing the game, and it's one of those, they have it rigged, so...
What the...
Anyway, so what happened was, they have the machine rigged that says, like, a prize every time. So I end up getting it up to the small prize area, because it's one of the ones where you roll the ball back and forth. And you either get a small prize or a large prize if you can get it all the way up there. And I end up getting 2 bounce balls out of the machine. Probably one for playing and then one for the small prize. Mm-hmm. So then I asked Katie to take a picture of me, and I post it, and I'm like, I just won these on the road trip at the Real Jacksepticeye. I'm not going to eat them. Please don't eat the ones that I gave you. So then he reblogs it from me.
Oh, no.
And then he's like, instructions unclear, ball stuck in nose.
I think I remember seeing your picture post about that. Like, seeing that unfold online, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's sort of a running gag.
It will be now.
Yep. This person's question, why are there guns on the wall? There's actually, this convenience store is a reference to Bosco's Inconvenience Store from the Sam & Max series, and it's like, guns and baby supplies is another part of it. Sam & Max is a very absurdist series. I don't know if Jack has necessarily played it, but it's very off-the-wall humor, so it's a very inconvenient store.
What was everyone's reaction when Jack said he was going to play the boss? Oh boy. Actually, he has the best story on that one.
Okay, so I was sitting at work. I get the feeling I'm going to be telling a lot of stories here.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I was sitting at work because I have an evening job as a receptionist over in my town, and I basically have a computer in front of me, so I was like, okay, you know what? It's pretty quiet. I'll just go ahead and tune into Jack's live stream because he had one going. And I was also talking to Katie on the side. It was pretty quiet that night, so it wasn't a big deal to have all this stuff open. And, you know, I was saying, like, hey, Jack's live streaming. I'm gonna, like, respectfully poke him a little bit in the chat asking about the game. And Katie was like, no, you know what? I'm kind of giving up hope on this. And I'm like, what? You gotta keep going. Come on. So, like, 3 minutes later...
It was 3 minutes. It was literally
it was 3 minutes later, someone asks in the chat, are you gonna play the boss? And he, like, references it. You know, he, like, brings it up and starts answering it, and I'm, like, just freaking out. I'm, like, getting back on Discord, Katie, oh my gosh, he mentioned the game, he's gonna play it! It's just, like, incoherent typing. I'm shaking, like, really bad. Katie's just like, what? 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 Just like, it starts getting like more capitalized every time.
I could probably find it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Did Kat have a reaction to it, or was she not
cried.
online? Alright.
Nobody's surprised about this, but yeah, she cried.
I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, I think I might have... The day it happened, I might have woken up to my phone, like, buzzing. I was like, alright, what is this? People are like, he's streaming. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So I just tune in and see, like, the cutscene error, and, like, my heart sank. I was just like, oh, great, I'm gonna get yelled at. So not the best story for this, but that's what happened, I guess.
I mean, it happens. Sometimes you have technical issues, and, try as you might, stuff happens, so...
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah. Those packages say not intended for children 6 and under, and people named Jack for a reason.
So you say it's for Jack. I'm meeting Jack, and Jack sounds like a child's name, so... like when you with the bouncy balls. They'll think that he's like your nephew. Your 5-year-old nephew.
I was jokingly saying, though, about the bounce balls, because I went and, Cena was over on the side with Robin, so I basically apologized to her, and I said, forgive me, and just so you're aware, but I just gave him, like, a ton of bounce balls. And, she basically said, no, it's okay, don't worry, but if I end up losing an eye, I'll remember you.
You will, too, I bet.
Yep. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over here, and then after hearing about Jack getting the balls stuck in his nose, we're hoping that was just a joke.
He didn't lose an eye.
Yep, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, Jack. I was like, Jack, please be careful, because if you die, then Cena's gonna fly all the way over here and kill me. So, yeah, please don't die, Jack.
Oh, it's Makori's favorite map.
The train!
Upset.
Let's see.
This map was a pain. It kept
the worst. Oh, there are so many programming nightmare stories from Parallaxes. I cannot I can't... If I were to start talking about it, the stream would last 5 hours. I'm not... No, thank you.
You're not strong enough.
Yeah, no. No one would watch 5 hours of rant, so...
I don't know. People watched Jack rant for a long time. I got a little bit annoyed with the last video of the boss because I was watching it with a bunch of people and I was like, oh my gosh, Jack, stop talking. Like, it's fine if he just talks about stuff, like, for a minute or so, but he was going on for, like, 4 or 5 minutes at a time.
I think the longest or rambliest one was the Franbo section, or the Night in the Woods Undertale, like, apartment.
That was the Night in the Woods, yeah, and I think he went full,
15 minutes.
He went on for 4 minutes. I timed it. He went on almost exactly 4 minutes.
Yeah, the entire scene lasted quite a bit.
Oh my goodness, it was so obnoxious. Okay, so why ship Billy and Fran? Funny story. So, and this actually ties into how do you call Alphys plus Undyne. So, anybody who knows me for longer than 2 minutes knows that I'm not into Alphine. I don't think that they're a very good match, and which is ironic because Sushi and I both voice Alphys and Undyne. And that's not out of, like, disrespect out of anybody who does ship it. It's just not my thing, because I just don't think that they have compatible personalities. But I personally do think that Undyne and Papyrus have very compatible personalities. But, so... I know people like Markiplier actually did this, and a lot of people will play Undertale, see Undyne and Papyrus interacting, and be like, oh wow, they're really cute together, I wonder if they're gonna end up together. I think even Jack asked if Undyne had a crush on Papyrus, in his Let's Play, if I recall correctly. But I thought, okay, is this popular because it's canon, or is it actually, like, a really, like, legit, solid, amazing ship? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a test here. I'm gonna find a ship between 2 characters in this game. I'm gonna put them together, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna make it canon and see what happens.
You make this sound like a human experiment.
It was, and it worked too. I learned a lot. So, you know how I was able to predict how Jack would react to things, so I have a pretty good mind for, like, predicting people's behavior, which is ironic, because I'm not very good socially. So, this was just my little social experiment there. I'm taking sociology now. I should probably tell my teacher about this. She's probably very entertained by it. But and I'm not saying Alphine's like a bad ship or anything like that, or even necessarily unhealthy, but like it's just not for me. And I kind of thought, okay, people probably wouldn't be as vehement about it if it weren't canon. So let's make a ship, let's make it canon and see if anybody kind of goes with it, and let's see the canon effect. Does the canon effect things? Like, if you don't ship it, you don't ship it. And like I've shipped things that are canon, and I've shipped things that aren't canon, so that's kind of just my thing. So for Fran and Billy, the reason it was Fran and Billy is because this is a multi-layer thing. It's because
for one thing, they're both from really violent games.
That was one of the things, but actually it was because I couldn't use Jack because he has a girlfriend. I couldn't use Jenny or Cliff because they just met, and that'd be weird. And they, don't have anybody else to, fall in love with in Wireland, so it had to be Billy. Billy's the only person who knows everyone in Wireland and who would have had the chance to get to know someone. So I had to pick a child from another game because I wasn't going to get creepy. And the first person I thought of was Fran because it just made sense. That, like, for her personality, the way I've written him, it actually, like, fit together really, really well. Unintentionally, of course.
And they both get each other. I mean, they've both come from pretty horrific games, so...
They do, and I feel like they would have, like, kind of a nasty sense of humor, but in a good way, like, they'd have a really dark sense of humor and crack each other up, and other characters would be like, what is wrong with you guys? I just thought that'd be really funny and really cute. And also, Billy's, like, a total tsundere, so I get the idea that Fran would... I learned tsundere off of Undertale. That Fran would kind of break through that, and, I do look forward to, if Billy ever meets Natsuki, I'm not saying that he will, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity that I might write a fanfiction on, or potentially put in the next game. Billy and Natsuki would be a very interesting mix of meeting each other. I'm just saying. Now granted,
Billy.
DDLC came out after the boss, but they actually have some minor similarities there. Natsuki's one of my favorites.
Have you seen any theories about the first game? If so, what has been the craziest?
Oh.
Jack's toast theory.
Jack's toast. I liked the Sam is the boss theory. That was actually really cool. I only saw one person correctly guess who the boss was going to be in the entire, and I read through hundreds upon hundreds of comments, and one person I caught in a reply to a comment guessing that Sean might be the boss. That was it. And that was on part 5, I think? It was part 4 or 5. And they were, like, listing off things like, it could be Sam, or, oh, hey, hear me out, maybe Sean? I don't know. Like, it wasn't even a serious theory or anything, somebody just threw that name out there.
Yeah. What was someone was speculating that Alphys was the boss?
That was an interesting theory. So we had some people thought Jenny was the boss.
Oh.
Who loves that line? Fork it so much! I had to.
I think not many people were suspecting Cliff. It was more just on Jenny for some reason.
Yeah.
Is that a gnome head from Little Nightmares?
It is. That is exactly what it is. Can we just talk about the Jack Sean name study from Tumblr? That was good, very good. Yes! That was not intentional. I just thought it was a funny line that the narrator wouldn't call him Jack. That was just a gimmick there.
But it just ended up working out amazingly. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the game that just worked out so perfectly, and we're just sitting here after the fact like, we did not plan for that, but
the amount of time we had to say we didn't do that on purpose was insane.
Yeah, like, especially here at the end. At the end, I actually like how Jack noticed that himself with the lights. And he specifically said about the tour.
Alright.
And that was well before.
Yeah,
like,
so that
came out well before the tour.
We did not plan that at all. It just amazingly worked out the way it did, and we're like,
ask anyone who played the game before the tour, and they could tell you that. That's not.
By the time Septascape was starting to become more of a thing, I think some of the devs talked about that in a server. Maybe. Just like the green to blue, but nothing was meant out of that, I don't think.
Alright, we're getting the credits here.
So how do we pronounce his name? We pronounce it Sean.
Yeah.
We're getting to the credits here, so I'll let you guys know when we get to the big end of credits thing, because I want them to see that. I'll just turn up the volume here. But we're not at the end of the credits yet.
Let's see. Is Wishu going to be in the game?
She was in the boss briefly.
She was
Very briefly.
She's a little hard to see, but yeah, she is in the boss. And we told her we have to put her in there because we told her in person that she was going to be in it. We told her and Robin they were both going to be in it. And I could tell she was kind of excited about that. She was all like, "Oh wow, that's cool." Robin was just kind of like straight face. I don't know how excited he was. He didn't really show it, but I think that's just his personality. But
Billy,
she said keep making games. I don't know if she said that because she's going to be in the next one, or if she's actually
Keep making games. Please, I want to see my sprite. Let's see. Oh, who came up with the Wireland anthem?
Hi, Shelia. You can join us in the voice chat. You're in the... I don't know if I pronounced your name right, but you're on the dev team. We're in the Discord dev server.
It might be Kyoshilia?
Kyoshila? Oh, yeah, okay.
The Wireland anthem.
That for serious.
I actually wrote the lyrics for the Wireland anthem first. I was kind of using, oh shoot. I think it was America the Beautiful. I was using that as sort of a melody to write the lyrics to. And then we handed that over to Justin, and he made a really nice background track and came up with the melody for the song, which, if you notice, is actually, Jack and Sean's themes?
Alrighty, so we're getting to the cutscene now, so let's just let them see it. I turned up the volume.
Okay.
Don't worry. You'll get your chance.
Okay. Okay, guys, we are not Lemon Light fans, and we are not Lemon Lighters, so please don't attribute that to us, because we are not in any way associated with them.
No association. Sorry.
No association. No, we don't even watch their stuff, so we're just really not into it. Yeah. So, don't.
Everyone freaking out on the chat. So, that was the demo. And
let's see. Oh, I like this one comment where it says, Billy, oh, I've been stabbed. Yeah, that's pretty much canon, because none of the people were programmed with pain receptors, or at least the people in
games.
The people in games where you like purposefully die and get dismembered and stuff, because that would make it really hard to work in that game. So yeah, none of the people in Happy Wheels have pain receptors.
I was thinking about this while I was driving home from my job, actually. I was really thinking about, like, okay, why don't they have pain receptors, blah, 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 and I was thinking, it's kind of like being in a film. When you're in your game, all the safety measures that keep you alive are in place. Now, granted, if you die, you come back to life, but you don't have pain receptors, so, like, if Billy gets ripped to shreds, he has to scream in pain, but he's like, this is just annoying, I want my arm back.
I want my arm back. Amazing.
So, but yeah, you can't feel any pain if you're in your own game. Now, if you're in somebody else's game, like if Billy was to, like, stub his toe in Franbeau, he'd feel that.
So that'd be more of a nuisance than getting your arm ripped off in your own universe.
Billy finds his own dismembering annoying rather than actually painful.
Reiterating the other one, when is this game going to be released? We're shooting for February of next year, so...
So yeah, what did you guys think of the demo? That's the demo.
And if there are any changes to, like, release dates, it'll probably be on the Tumblr first, so...
Yeah. Yeah, we were going to release the boss in, like, April, but we ended up getting... the game ended up being bigger than we thought it would be, and then it ended up getting delayed a little bit. So we had to extend it to August.
Didn't the Stanley Parable cause a bit of delay?
Oh, Sushi's got a story for that one too.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell that again, or?
Yeah, let's ask the people here if they want the sushi, how Portal got added to the game last second. Because Portal was last second. I think we did the whole, like, preparatory thing in, like, a week, and we had the whole thing done within a month. And Sayori, you can join the chat. You said you were going to.
But, yeah. And if you want to ask questions to the artists, because, again, Sayori, and Kyo are there.
Yes, they are...
Feel free to ask.
For...
A lot of artists and composers
Okay.
are integral to the game, so...
Yeah.
Okay, well then, I will go ahead and tell the story because it looks like at least one person wants to hear it, so...
We got two, so yay.
Okay, so it was back in May of last year. One of my best friends was getting married, and I was accompanying her dress shopping. This was May 19th. I remember the day because it was like the weekend before an event, and everything was going on. Anyway, so what happened was we were getting really close to the end of the day, and it was raining. We had, like, one more shop to go to. We're sitting, like, sopping wet in, her now aunt-in-law's car, I guess. I guess you could call her an aunt-in-law. Anyway, and I get this message from Katie. She's been trying to get me, like, all afternoon or something, and she says, I've got this brilliant idea for the game. Because at first we were just going to do the Stanley Parable. We were going to have, like, maybe 4 different endings for that. But she was telling me, yeah, that on its own just is really boring. We need to spice it up. And I was thinking we could add Portal. And I'm sitting here going, Katie, we have, like, less than 3 months until release. Why?
I was just like, no, it's all good. We can totally do this.
It's all good.
I mean, because that's the thing. You have a lot of great ideas. But sometimes the timing, it's like, what are we gonna do? I mean, it's a great idea, but I don't know if we have the time to implement this.
Oh, I totally was like, no, it's all good. It's all good. We can totally pull this off. I was very certain. I'm trying to get the volume.
Going through, Fred kind of went down in the middle of June, and, you know, Katie was just dealing with some stuff, and she was saying, like, this game, I don't know if we can do this, we might have to cancel it, I don't know if I can finish this, and I'm sitting here going, no, we are not canceling, we've come this far.
We are 2/3 of the way done.
Yeah, I'm like, we are not throwing all that work away, and don't worry, you take the time off that you need to recover, I will write the entire section if I have to. So, anyway, so that was for the Portal part of it. All the dialogue for the Stanley Parable section, all of that was improv by my brother, David, who was doing the voice acting for the narrator in 207. He's really good with improv. You tell him generally what you need, and he will just, you know, go to town in front of the microphone with all sorts of improv lines and stuff.
That gets to be a problem. There's a video on this channel called Flowey Uncut. That is his improv in a nutshell.
And I did all the drawings for that. It was over 200 drawings,
so... funny. Oh, they were all sketchy stuff, though, but yeah. Man, they were...
Yeah, because it had to be done quickly.
Still 200 drawings. Let's see.
Oh, we needed a script for the second part because it was, you know, there was more involved story with that. We were bringing in GLaDOS, and in that case, David actually needed a script, so he asked us to get that ready. So I spent
a couple of lines, like here and there, like he would spice up the line a little bit while he was reading it, and a couple of times we didn't use it, a couple of times we did. Like there was a lot of hey in there, and I think I used a couple other takes of his where he just kind of like said something different, like the come on, now that was uncalled for, was just supposed to be a hey. that was an improv that he threw in there as well. But yeah, in general, yeah.
So, let's see. I think it took me like a couple of days, but I ended up getting the rest of the script together. I know you wrote a little bit of it.
I did.
But, anyway. Once that was done, went through, got everything recorded.
Then we had to put it... Then we had to put it to the game, and that was by far the most tedious part of the entire game.
Oh my gosh, all the subtitles.
I have ADHD, and, I think I spent about 6 hours putting the voice lines to the game. And the process behind that is literally going to the Audacity file, picking the best line, isolating that line, putting it in another file, saving that file as an OGG, then putting the OGG in the game, opening up the game, grabbing the OGG file and making sure that it plays before the text box, and then after that, say stop sound effect after the text box so that he won't continue talking if you skip through it. And you had to do that for every single line, and it took, I think, 12 hours between the two of us to get that whole thing done. Because I did about 6 hours of it, and I was like, I cannot. I remember messaging you, like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. This is so boring. This is so tedious. I'm, like, halfway done, and I hate my life. And you took over.
Yeah. I have a little more tolerance for that. Not much, because I was actually sitting at work the other day, like, proofreading stuff, and I was like, wow, so this is what boredom is like. I actually want to die. Help!
The joys of development.
Oh, that was the worst part, though. That was by far my least favorite thing about making the boss, was that whole section there was painfully boring. And
I was completely
complicated.
Yeah, I was basically gone from development by the time you were working on that, I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure you came back and the entire Stanley Portal section was just about done, and you were like,
oh yeah, what just happened? Yeah, basically.
I think you were like, there's another section to the game I didn't know about.
Oh yeah. I was not the most supportive person, because I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just leave with no notice, which was not the nicest thing to do. And I come back.
You came back then.
Oh yeah, because I was working on, like, I guess Repeat Entertain's, like, really early stages, and I came back and there was just like, yeah, we have a Discord, there's like 30 new people. I'm like, okay, chill, relax, what happened? So that was very odd.
You told me after we released the game that you didn't think we'd ever release it.
Because I've seen so many fan games be like, this is gonna be the coolest thing. Oh, it's canceled. And I was just like, alright, I'm not gonna make myself sad if the only RPG Maker fan game that's returned after 2 years doesn't get completed. Like, it'd be sad, but I'm not gonna...
Yeah, you kept your distance until it became clear, and I don't think it became clear to you until around the time you came back that it was actually gonna be finished.
Pretty much. I was even cynical with my own game. I was just like, I'm never finishing this, and now the boss has been out for plenty of months now, and it was like, yeah, this is a thing, it's sinking in now.
Well, it's because
instead of August.
And, like, it's really, really popular. And I'm so sad that I have to keep turning people down for, like, oh, hey, can I help with the boss? I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, no, we'd make an entire, like, 10-part series on...
You could make 10 games with the amount of people that wanted to work on the boss in just the last couple days. Yeah, which is insane. I remember you were like, we need sprite artists, what can we do? And now, like, every day it's like, hey, I can make 50 sprites, what do you want me to do? It's like, we can't ask for more people. We can't have more people. 2 or 3 spriters now. We have, like, at least 2 people per role.
Mm-hmm.
And we have
which is good.
We have enough people that we literally have people who are in charge of the art for certain sections of the game. And there's not a few sections. Like, we actually have... How many sections? We have the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Lots.
5-ish, the patron section, so that makes 5. 6, 7, and then the finale. So 8 sections. And we have at least one person who is in charge of each section art-wise. That's how many people we have.
Yeah. And this is a cut down on the boss's team,
Wow.
too. So...
This is a cut down on the boss's team, and that's because the people that we have are actually staying. Whereas the boss's team, the reason there was such long credits is because, like, it wasn't one person doing, like, 1 or 2 people doing the sprites, it was at least 4 people doing all the sprites. Mm-hmm. So now we have 2, maybe 3. We have a 3rd person who can do other stuff, and so we don't generally put her on sprites, but if we need a sprite, then we put her on it. Oh, right, we also have that other guy who isn't on the server. We have another
What
spriter.
a name. Yeah.
He did the Bing sprite, actually. He did Jackie as well.
He might have.
I mean, it's really clear
yeah,
that
he
those
did.
are going to be in it, so I can't even, like, say, oh yeah, we're going to be cagey about this, even though...
The cryptic superhero. Ooh.
No,
it's like, alright, now.
We can even say what egos are going to be in it. I mean, it's really clear. We're putting in Jackie, Schneep, Chase, Robbie, Auntie, of course, Marvin.
Yay!
Am I missing anyone?
Did you mention Robbie?
I mentioned Robbie. Yeah, Robbie.
Okay, sorry.
Did you say Chase?
Oh, JJ.
JJ,
I believe
yes,
or
JJ's
the
gonna be the
30s
JJ.
character. I don't remember its name fully.
Yeah, that's JJ. Yes.
And then
How many voice actors, actresses do you have? I think, like,
lots.
8 to 10, something like that.
Are they
And we're
talking
talking,
professional or just?
Crew members. Oh, we only had one professional VA. Wait, I guess I guess 3.
No, we have a couple. Who, if we're just
No,
yeah, if we're
Ray
just-
Salima would count as professional. David would count as professional. You and I would both count as. So we had about 4 professional VAs actually doing voices. And I don't.
does that
I
mean?
think one of the people who has become a professional VA since, but wasn't at the time. And she's actually coming back for the sequel too.
I think that'd count.
Okay,
Yep.
then we had 5
Yeah.
who were actual like people who had gotten paid to be a VA before. Myself
Yeah.
included. I actually have been. I was
That's
in.
cool.
I've played Elvis. I've literally been professional at playing Elvis. Yep, that's a thing. Robbie's the zombie.
How many-
Yes, he's so cute.
How many games do you plan on making in this series? As we said earlier,
This is gonna be. There's only gonna be 2.
yep. I actually kind of see this like the Ratchet and Clank Future series. I don't know if many of you are familiar with that, but you had your starter game, you had like a smaller in between game, and then you had like the third game was a bigger one. So it's kind of like that.
I guess it follows the format.
I guess.
It is kind of like that. Not completely, because the story in the middle for that one was like a completely different thing, just used to glue the two together. But in our case, the other one's a side story, more like so.
Yeah, which people don't have to play for Glitch. Like, you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
completely ignore the boss is nothing if that's not your thing, but Glitch is just a sequel.
I feel like the boss is nothing and get really popular just because it's Sean.
Oh yeah, but even then for continuity, like, people
Yeah,
wouldn't have to
continuity,
be...
it's just a thing.
I mean, there was a time where we thought Glitch was going to be just a DLC, remember?
Oh yeah. Definitely. If I had a nickel for every time I've been sucked into my computer, I'd have 2 nickels.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, Katie just messaged the group
Which
and
isn't
she's
a lot,
just
but
like,
it's weird that
hey,
it happened
Glitch is going to
twice.
be a sequel now.
Oh yeah, I had to make sure with the team before I announced anything that we were actually going to make a sequel. I was like,
yeah,
are you guys
and,
ready to do this again? and like the new team members were really thrilled about it because that meant that they got promoted. But the old
that's
ones
me.
were like, I have seen things. They were like freaking.
I have seen things.
Just like
You-
it begins again. I have seen.
Yeah, you can hear-
horrible things. Having
You can hear the
flashbacks.
programmers, like, clawing on the walls, like, not this, anything but this.
We didn't agree to this.
Oh yeah, because I remember, I think you messaged me, I was like, yeah, no, let's not make this a DLC, let's make this a full sequel. I'm like, you know what this entails, right? And you're like, yep. So,
Oh yeah, we knew what we were getting into at least.
sorta, yeah, and then the things happened, all of this.
Sequel kind of went through development hell for like 3 or 4 months.
4 months, definitely.
It was in development hell from like November or December through like March. I'm pretty sure it didn't actually come together until about March.
Which I notice a lot of fan game sequels go through, like Jack Venture 2 never got finished, unfortunately.
That's a shame. I played the demo for that and it was quite nice looking.
It was really nice, and someone's making a spin-off of Jack Venture, I think, which is weird and meta.
Yeah, there's that. By the way, I'm saying, like, a lot of people want development teams and want to be, like, developers and stuff. Why not make a spin-off game for the boss? We'd love that. We'd play that.
Yeah, that'd
The
be
heck out of
awesome.
that.
Yeah. At least you all struggled together.
We did.
I guess. This is like, alright.
Yeah, we did. And like the process for getting new artists and stuff was always kind of weird too, because like I don't know who else in the chat right now, because I think I recognize another voice here. Oh, there's more people there that I realized.
What's your Tumblr? If you're talking about the SPG Tumblr, here you go. Okay, remove web addresses and try again. How dare.
Oh, so Dragon's in here. Okay. Yeah,
Hi.
Dragon got brought
it's
in
not
because
good.
we wanted to do some, some animations for, at the time, the DLC, and then she got promoted to, I think, the art director, kind of, for the second to last section, not counting the finale.
Yeet.
believe you know which one that is, but I'm not gonna say because spoilers.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a promotion.
The funny thing is, like, I think the first time I actually started talking to Katie was because I posted a review by accident that mentioned the big spoiler, and she's like, "Hey, can you just edit this
I think
out?"
I said put a read more in or something.
Yeah, and I didn't know how, and then we just got to talking, and then I just mentioned casually in the conversation I was an animator, and she's like, "Hey, can you join up with my YouTube channel? We might need you." And I'm just like, holy moly, she actually would want me on a team. Holy shoot.
And it all went downhill from there. No.
This whole place burnt down.
No,
yes.
Katie, don't.
Kyo, I don't know how to pronounce this name.
Kiria?
No, the other person in the chat. Who's muted? Kyo-Shelia? Yeah, I don't know. Kyo-Shelia? Okay. That was the last person I think that I invited to be part of the team, I think, before we had to cap it. Because I saw your art and stuff, and it was gorgeous, and you had done some art, and I'm not going to say what game it was for, but you'd done some fan art for one of the games that we were going to do, and you did it really accurately, like, to how the game looked. So I was like, hey, would you be interested in working for Glitch? And I think that was the last new person we brought on. It was that or Seer, but I think Seer was just before that.
Yeah, Seer was second to
Seer was because they were doing some human art, and I was like, oh wow, that's actually really good, and we could use some more people who can do human designs, because a lot of the people we have can't. Or do really stylized stuff. He's like, we need somebody who can do more realistic human styles. Mm-hmm. So that was somebody else we brought on. But yeah, I think everybody's been brought on by invitation.
Pretty much. Also, Emmy, thank you, but I did nothing for the game. That's Katie and Sushi.
You did the freaking... You did this glitch effect right now.
I mean, I think they're talking about the boss.
Oh no, you did the whole freaking Sean fight.
I mean, yeah, but you did Portal OGG Nightmare, so
we did.
That's like that
did
times
do Portal
10
without you. That was impressive on its own. And
Corey, just take the compliment.
Never.
Let us love you.
And
Never.
Like, I was very impressed that Jack knew your style. Like, he pointed it out right then and there. Oh, that's Corey's style. I know that style.
Like, what is this nonsense? Because I feel bad because I was trying to parody Alina's style. It's like, I failed.
You've done a better job.
How could I have done this?
Well, you have really good art.
But I think that's like the charm, though, of the game, because it has so many styles that can blend well together.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kind of like how the games kind of blend together. It's like...
The nice thing about Glitch is that we have some very... The future... Well, the games that we're doing are all very stylized. I think every game that we're going to be covering has a very specific stylized, style. In that vein, it means that we get to... We decided... We decided... I guess I can reveal this. We decided that... for the most part, anyway, we're going to change the art style with every game. Now, we kind of did this a little bit in the boss, and it's going to be like pixely. It's going to be kind of like pixely and stuff, but like if we did... I'm trying to think of a game we're not covering so I can say it.
Pop Fressy, no.
If we did Manual Samuel, we're not doing Manual Samuel, but if we were doing it...
We're totally doing Manual Samuel. No, we're not.
Because I'm pretty sure Jack would scream. That's not interested in doing
Holy feces, dude.
So
the mechanics would be a nightmare.
But had we decided to do Manual Samuel, first off, we would never been able to program it to like act like Manual Samuel, but we would have gone into that whole art style. We would have changed the faces, the sprites, everything, even the music. And the music in the first game was very reminiscent of its original game as well. But we're doing that like times 100 with the sequel. So we actually have multiple face sets for the same characters and the same facial expressions for different games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
You knew about that.
I know.
I know, and it's still gonna be fun.
I'm making a joke about it.
Like, the entire team knows that, right? I mean, we've been keeping people up to date.
Yeah,
No, I just like to mess with people.
Yeah,
how do you
make the face sets for that one section that you're like?
Oh yeah,
because you actually studied that particular style. So I think that is you. So you'll have to actually get on that at some point. But it's fine.
I will.
Right now. You don't have to
I'm
do it
just
right now
trying
because
to-
we're gonna be doing this probably chronologically like the last game. At least in terms of putting the pieces together. We want to have as many art assets like ready.
I'm kind of glad about that because my finals are coming up for my art stuff, and that's gonna be fun.
Get that done after, like, do it over the summer or something. I'm guessing
Yeah, I
Auntie
probably
is
will.
gonna be the final boss and glitch in the system. I mean, you guys
The
saw
toast.
the boss, right?
But the toast.
You guys
It's
saw the
the
boss,
toast,
right?
guys.
I'm just gonna say, whatever you think is glitch in the system is gonna happen, or whatever you think is gonna happen, think about your expectations for the boss and how we subverted those. And then just expect that for the sequel. Because I'm
That
pretty
is
sure
true.
we will, because I mean, we actually were talking about it. It's like, okay, we can't do what everyone else thinks we're going to do. We need to find some way to subvert the expectations. And it took us a couple of months. It took us, like, the whole development hell to come up with an idea good enough to be like, okay, this is good enough to subvert everyone's expectations, but is also good on its own. And something we could foreshadow, too, throughout the game.
Oh yeah.
So, we are subverting expectations. The only people who know about it outside of the team are the Septescape devs, because we had to discuss... We had to talk at length with them to make sure that we weren't doing the egos the same way they were doing them. So I did anyway. I ended up finding out all their secrets, and they know all our secrets. But that's it. And their lips are sealed, and our lips are sealed about Soulscape. I will not tell you anything. I know who Omid it is, and I'm not telling you who it is.
It's still the toast.
Yeah, Omid it is the toast.
People are
Spoilers.
still saying it's the toast.
The boss is the developers? No.
No,
please,
not
no.
that meta. We're meta, but we're not that meta.
Okay, so two things. One, yes, this is Glitch in the System is the title for the sequel to the boss, and two, how do you make a video game?
Oh my god, that is the most
you
loaded
cry.
question. You cry and your tears land on the keyboard, and before you know it, there's a video game in front of you.
You
ask
have
for
to
a
bug
magical
fix
blue
every now
fairy.
and then.
You have to replace your keyboards every so often because they get washed out, but that's about it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. A good way to start would be to, like, just start writing everything down, get all of your...
Depending on the game, my suggestion is definitely come up with the story first.
Depends also if you're in a team or not. Solo development is a whole other ordeal.
I would never do solo development. It sounds like
Oh,
It's-
same.
Please help.
I can't make myself do anything on my own.
Yeah, no. Very different experiences. Just figure out what you're good at. And if you want to have a team, just know that you're going to have to organize every single thing. Either way. So. That.
Yeah, there's
And
a
if
lot
you
of
are like
organization
the-
involved. With the team, it's a little harder. Like, if you're doing a solo dev thing and you're doing your own assets and stuff, it's like you're in charge of how long it takes. If it's a team, there are going to be delays. And so that may get very annoying.
Oh, yeah. How many tiers did you need for the game?
Gallons. Probably about as much
Alright.
as we already tried at the finale of the game. No, probably not, actually. We made
I like how you
how many
instantly
thousands
answered.
people's cried?
I don't know.
Oh my
I like
gosh,
how you
I'd love to know the
instant-
exact number.
You instantly answered with gallons. That's terrifying.
Well, I'm referencing our gallons of tears from the first game.
Ah, nice.
What is your favorite Undertale character? Okay, it's a little irrelevant, but
Why not?
well, I voice Alphys. I think the Papyrus by a tiny margin over Alphys, but those are my two favorites.
In my case, it's Undyne, and I actually included that in the message that I had for Jack at the end of the game, so I thought it was kind of funny when he was reading that. He just kind of leans in toward the mic, oh, she's my favorite character.
Metaton's cool. Do the amalgamates count? I don't really
They
know.
count. They're characters.
Alright, well them. Because it's just so out of place from the rest of the game.
That is cool, yeah. We
yeah.
really don't talk about those.
But yeah, Metaton and Flowey,
That
I
was
guess.
my Alphys voice, by the way. I'm not crazy.
So.
Can
Let's
u
see.
get pregante? Not with my lifestyle. Not without a miracle.
Oh.
What platform was used to develop the two games? To develop the two again?
RPG Maker VX.
RPG Maker VX Ace.
Yes. It's a very lovely game maker. I quite enjoy using it now that I know what to do. It's really nice.
It's pretty...
I got
Pretty
MV
user-friendly.
thinking, oh hey, we could make it available for Linux, and then I tried it and was like, no, I do not like it.
It is hell.
Can't
I have
load-
issues with
Luigi
VXAce, but a Luigi board. I have issues
don't
with
get
VXAce,
this.
but MV is not the best, personally.
MV should have been a step up, but it's like the Sims 4 of RPG makers.
Oh yeah, I believe
Yeah.
it's a community game engine like project, so
Oh,
I
is that
can-
why it doesn't work? No, I don't like the way the sprites look. It looks very cartoony. I feel like you could make a kids' educational game on it work.
oh yeah, that's
about
what it feels like. The one thing about VXAce, cutscenes, run. Just get another engine if you want to do cutscenes, because we sure like went through too much trouble over that. But
the cutscenes. I don't know what we're gonna
man.
do for Glitch in the System. Like, we're doing the old version for the demo because we don't have time, but we're probably gonna spend the entire development process for Glitch in the System trying to figure out the cutscene issue.
VXAce is 70-ish, correct?
Yes,
I would
but-
catch it on a sale.
Yeah,
like, if you
can
wait,
get a
like,
good sale for it. Or
yeah,
a
I would
bundle.
say, yeah, Humble Bundle is a good place to look for it. Occasionally, they will put it up either on sale or as part of a bundle. It goes on sale during, like, the Steam summer sales and stuff. I have seen it as low as $7. It really depends on when you catch it, but I would not buy it full price.
got it for
It takes a
20,
little patience.
So I had to wait
Yep.
for a while, but I got it for 20.
Mhm. It takes patience, but you can get it for a really good price. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested.
yeah, one thing as well, Steam might not be the best, because if you do bigger projects, just get the offline, like the regular
Yeah.
official version. Steam is good for like tiny game jam projects, because it's way easier to access your files through that, or blah blah blah. And you don't need to worry about like keys or anything like that. You just start up the game engine and you're good. But if you're gonna make a bigger project that's even over an hour, just use the offline version.
Yes, we had issues with Steam at the end.
So
There was a bit where Steam refused to open up RPG Maker.
that was,
Sort of
I
area.
remember that.
I
That was
upset about it.
stressful.
I had to go into a different computer to
let's
open up
see.
the file, and like I had to.
Who's your
update the
favorite
whole thing.
ego?
Oh gosh.
Favorite ego?
Oh, I have a favorite ego, but I can't tell you. Spoilers. I can't tell you the reason it's my favorite ego, and for that reason, I can't tell you what it is. I think Sushi knows which one I mean. It's the one we've been talking
Yeah.
about in the server a whole lot.
I don't like that
yeah.
one, but I'd have to say one of my favorite egos is I like Schneep. I also like JJ.
JJ's the one
Oh,
I
I
don't
love
really
how-
get into, ironically. Although I like the way we're portraying him. I'm not gonna say what it is.
I like how Jack actually confirmed JJ is silent, and a lot of people just interpret that as like, oh, he should know sign language, and I'm like, huh,
He talks.
I
in
want to do
title
art
cards,
for it,
doesn't he?
but
Yeah, in title cards,
I think that's
which
what we're
is
gonna do for the boss, or
Yeah.
for Glitch in
Oh,
the
yeah,
System.
no,
I think
no,
we're
I've
gonna
not-
actually like change
no.
the text box to look like title cards.
Oh,
That's
cool.
doable anyway.
yep.
I'll
unless we do like the one joke.
Into the sand.
You know, the one joke was said like 3 hours later.
Oh yeah.
That would actually be a
we
very,
are doing Schneep.
very odd way to do it.
You think we know where Schneep is? We don't have any. Okay, Jack played our game. That doesn't mean we're hanging out with him all the time. We have no idea.
Yeah, we only got to meet him for like a few minutes. So
We got
He's
15
not, like-
minutes, like between the whole team.
well,
but that's
yeah,
only
with the
because
whole
there was, like, 4
team.
people behind us.
yeah,
They were-
and
they were
because
like off in
he was
their own little
excited,
world. They didn't care.
and Jack was
Do whatever.
excited. So
Oh yeah, he got really
Oh.
excited. It was so sweet.
Wait, Katie, did you see that Spoonycorn actually made art based off some of your dialogue?
Wait,
What?
who's Spoonycorn?
It's Jack's favorite artist on Tumblr.
Ooh.
Way. I didn't know he
Yeah.
had a favorite artist on Tumblr. I feel like he would not say that he had a favorite artist on Tumblr.
Yeah.
He said one of his favorites, but it's like the one that he keeps talking to.
He talks to.
I'm not trying to say it like
Wait, he
mean or
talks
anything. I'm
to
just
them.
like,
Can I like talk to them and ask them about the VA opportunity? Because that is. I really want him to at least respond to that.
Let's see.
I wouldn't do that, but
I'm just saying we really need to.
Spoonie.
Get that, we
Spoonycorn.
do need to get that. Oh, where's my phone? I'd like to look at it, but I can't because I've got
Spoonycorn
you know
has
what?
a really cool.
I'll put it in the chat later.
Yeah. They have a really cool art style. They do a lot of black and white like manga panels or manga-esque like images. So I did
It's
not
so
know that.
good.
It is very good. Yeah, they've been around for quite a while, so
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
yeah. I can't see anything because it will not reload for me. So apparently we're just going to take 20 years to load anything.
Yeah, here.
so
This is inspired by some things said in The Boss Part 5, around the 38-minute mark.
I don't see the thing. Did you post it somewhere?
Oh,
I
wait.
believe.
I thought this was Spoonie. No, it's not Spoonie.
It's
It just
not?
looks like Spoonie. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Phoenix is lost.
well then.
I thought it was Spoonie. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I'm sure they saw it, but yeah. No,
Yeah.
we really, to be frank, what we really need is for Jack to at least respond to our VA inquiry because it actually affects significantly the end of the game. How we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So it's like if he doesn't want a VA, that's fine, but we need to know.
There we go.
Oh, that's
was
an
their
interesting
name?
style.
Oh wow.
Very cool. So what's Glitch in the System about? No spoilers, please.
Pulls.
Please. Please.
We can
No
always read
spooks,
out
please. Yeah, read out the summary.
Let me find the summary.
Yeah, with that joke lasts forever. If I were to make fan art, what kind should I make? Anything works. Just have
Dude,
fun.
Anything.
Just have fun. We saw these really cool GIF edits that someone made because of the gallery dialogue in the finale. So
That's
yeah.
funny. I was like, why
I
is that
laugh
so
because-
grim and dark? But then I realized, oh, that's 207 on the ground.
uh,
That's so funny. Oh, that's Auntie talking. Okay, that's really funny.
so any art goes. Just have fun.
I laugh because that last section, oh my lord. I'm in McCory's boat.
Oh,
Of the mispronunciation of the name. I've just kind
Oh
of
yeah,
laughed.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. So
The reason why I laugh is because it was an actually Irish word, and Jack doesn't know how to say it. And I have looked it up. It's an actual Irish word.
does the game work for Chromebook?
I have no idea. It should, I think.
What's Chromebook?
Windows.
I have
Chromebook's
no
Windows,
experience.
I think, so I'm pretty sure it
Is
would.
it?
But I can't make
should
any
work.
promises. Okay, so here's the official synopsis from the page. When Jack sits down to record for the day, his computer doesn't seem to want to cooperate. In fact, it seems to be fighting against him. And he suddenly finds himself pulled back into the weird and wonderful world of Wireland. That is a lot of W's. But there's something wrong this time. Something off. Something that seems to be pulling the fragile world of his favorite characters apart at the very seams. It's up to Jack, along with the rest of Pacepticai, to find out what's behind this. Or who. I think it's whom, actually. I'll have to fix that. Because if they can't, Wireland just might fall prey to a glitch in the system. Hyped yet?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I do the sound effect, but I don't have a button for that, so.
Is Chase Brody okay? No comment.
How is that our thing?
It's not our thing. And, I mean, if you're wondering if the whole, Chase dying thing is canon in our thing, I'm not really... I don't know how to answer that. Because I don't know what everybody expects. I think that the idea is that, Steve saves or something. I don't
Chase
know.
better be okay. My poor trick-shotting food.
If you think about the panel though at PAX East, when someone asked Jack, if he lived in a house with all the egos, who would he kill off first? And he said Chase, so I guess that means that Chase is still alive, maybe.
No, because Snape said in the video.
I can
that
understand
he
why
can't
Jack
wait.
would say that, because if you got a guy who's trick-shotting all of your objects down the stairs, I would I'd get annoyed too.
Here are your supplies. It's like, alright, thank you. I appreciate it.
Just him,
I felt kind of
trick-shotting
attacked.
everything to the point where it's like, here's your dinner. And you just see Jack standing there with dripping with soup. Thank you, Chase.
Ow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly
But-
what
Now
I
I'm gonna
needed.
go get some ice for this first degree burn.
But game development wise at least, I wouldn't exactly expect, how do I word this? We aren't exactly just going to work with what's canon or anything like that, or what's been
we're gonna
official.
The only thing that's actually we're gonna kind of work with is the canonical personalities of the egos, if they have them. Bing does not have one, so we kind of just gave him his own thing. But Robbie is the cute, sweet, innocent. Angus is the explorer. Oh, I forgot to mention we're putting Well,
Oh yeah.
we're mentioning Angus. I don't think.
Yeah,
you're
no,
gonna see him. But I know we're mentioning him.
Schneep is going to be himself.
Schneep will be himself. Schneep is the doctor who tries to find his own heartbeat inside of his head. That kind of guy. Marvin is the magician who's not great at magic. You know, that kind of thing.
My boy.
see.
And then so
My little
Chase,
magic boy.
we have a funny gimmick with Chase. A lot of people were begging like us to make Robbie all cute and innocent. I was like, guys, that's his canonical personality. We have to at least try to ascribe to what the community believes. The only one that doesn't have like any personality whatsoever is Bing, which we just thought, okay, we'll just make him a software.
I think it works for him.
A somewhat
Baymax,
useless
the
software,
character.
just like the real Bing.
Yes. Bing Max. I know
Here's
someone
the
said that
question,
earlier,
though.
but yes.
Would he who's more useless though, Eevee or Bing?
I would say that Eevee is more useless because Bing at least responds based on what you said, whereas Eevee is just off in her own little world.
What about Greek mythology?
Exactly.
What? What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've actually been
Oh.
rewatching the
Oh.
Eevee series, and it's just so funny.
I've been Bing boozled.
What?
The whole Eevee series is just so funny. That was actually why I subscribed
Why
to Jack
those?
in the first place, because I watched him play Undertale and was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, oh, I'll watch a couple more of his videos. I don't know how I got onto Eevee, but I was in pain from laughing because like the text-to-speech would not get it right, and he would just scream at it, and it just killed me with laughter. And I was like, wow, okay, this guy's funny. I need to subscribe.
Are you guys looking at a 2018 or 2019 release? 2019.
Yep. Thank you for fan art. Goodbye. I bet Auntie's happy because he's now the villain in this game. I wouldn't be so sure. Is the game over screen going to have the screams like the last one? Because I recommend splicing in some of the Cuphead and getting over its screams. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. We have an idea for that.
Woohoo.
We have an idea for that.
And I want to answer this one question on the side. Is it bad that I already bought my Halloween costume? No, absolutely not. If you find a
Good.
costume that works, go for it. Doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Random. Okay.
I don't know. I just
I
wanted to
bought
answer
mine in
that.
January, fam.
If anybody wants to cosplay any of our characters, we would not object.
Eee!
That'd
Nobody
be nice.
wants to,
Pictures.
but if anybody wants to.
Nobody wants to.
Pictures.
Yeah.
I want to see him.
Oh, that'd be so
I could
cool.
probably cosplay as
Cosplay's
Jenny,
amazing.
but I'd need a wig that
Hey,
matches
we're
my
on the
skin
team. It
tone.
has to be somebody deciding to cosplay without us asking them to.
Fine.
Yeah. Because Hearts and
Still
Heroes
cosplay
definitely got
anything.
Yeah, they
cosplay.
got a lot of
so.
I think that's because their characters were more colorful in a very obvious and specific sense of the word, but yeah.
IS. Zorpy.
Now, we actually thought about doing maybe some Hearts and Heroes cosplays for PAX, but it's a good thing we didn't cosplay in the end because it just wouldn't have worked out.
Mm,
Yeah, it would have been too much hassle.
yeah.
It
We
would
didn't
have
have a whole
been.
lot of
But
room.
I was thinking about going as Jade for a little while, so.
That would've
I
been-
don't know.
I was
The
like,
funny thing is, I was considering cosplaying down to because I got tickets for Jack's tour,
Mhm.
and if anyone's going to KC, hey,
hey,
um,
not me.
All 35 people
I know
here.
because it's like it's lonely in the Midwest. Okay, there's nothing here but wheat and sadness.
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Save me.
I mean, we got politicians where I am, so.
We have fields, like farms and stuff where I'm at. In fact, a lot of people jokingly say, why do so many astronauts come from Ohio? There's something there that they're trying to leave.
Yeah.
Boredom and nothing.
Yeah, we have not PAX. We have nothing. Like, so,
You're not even in the same country, so.
yeah, we have not PAX. My
We
point.
have packs.
Are you going to the show, or did you not get tickets? I know you were thinking about it.
The Toronto show, yes, I will be going.
Ah.
Awesome.
I wish I could go.
Yeah, it was a very last minute thing. I saw everything get sold out. I was
Oh, there's a Kansas City. Yes.
What?
Yay! I found my
chat.
people.
Oh, in the chat, cool. But
Sorry.
yeah, I might be handing out some like boss drawings or
That'd be
glitch in the
cool.
system art. Yeah. If anyone yeah, if I don't get trampled over, I might hand out some art. So
There
We'll
will
see,
be
I guess.
crowds because it's like the only Canada show, so it's gonna be
yeah,
lots
it's
and lot. Every single Canadian fan of Jacksepticeye will be there. Every single one.
oh no.
Us
Oh, no.
people in Ohio have loneliness. We also have jungle gyms if you're down by Cincinnati.
Very specific. Yeah, I'm about to lots of crowds. So
Yeah, I'm not really into crowds either. The DC show was insane because I went to the DC show. Sushi went to the DC show.
Oh,
as well.
dang.
It
yeah.
was so cool because like at the beginning I was like, I'm living the end of the boss.
I've been debating getting like a Sarcastic Pasta Game shirt just so I can like wear it there. I'm like, hey guys, I'm like part of the team. I don't know. I'm just really excited.
mean-
we need to make Glitch in the System shirts now, but
True.
oh, we need to make the boss shirts too. But I don't think our logo's big enough to make it work.
Just make an inverted Sam for Glitch. Or something. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I mean,
I had a
don't
nice
know.
idea though. I'll show you guys like later. That could be a good design.
Oh, Katie, after this I need to talk to you about the Redbubble page, so please remind me.
Okay. Any plans of
Thank
Jack VA for the sequel? We would love Jack to VA for the sequel. We're going to be sending him emails and stuff about it. We don't know if he's ever going to see them, but he knows Sarcastic Pasta Games, and so if we put in the tagline, "Do you want to VA for Glitch in the System?" he'll probably click on it at least. Oh, we do have merch. We have mostly stickers right now, but we do have some merch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Katie about page organization and stuff, so if you're planning on buying anything, please maybe wait just one more day or so.
Yeah, we still don't have the SPG shirt up because I wasn't really sure how to arrange that, so I need to...
Yeah, I can help you with that, which is why I want to talk to you about that after this, so.
Yes.
I represent the Philippines. I'm so far that I can't go to Jack's store.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hello to the Philippines!
Yeah, poor like Van Arts too, because Van's just like, no one comes in the Philippines, no one comes to Asia. It sucks. And I'm like, that
Jack
does.
would if he
It does.
could. I don't think he can.
Yeah,
but-
he would.
That's
Go
like
ahead.
all the way on the other side of the world.
Honestly, if Jack could, I bet you anything, he'd like hang out with every single one of his subscribers for like a day just because he wants to. Like, if he could. I don't think he's
Yeah.
got 18 million days left in his life.
Oh,
But if he could, I bet he would. At least hang out for like an evening or something. As many as he wants to, like, cause you could tell from the meet and greet he I don't know how many of you guys have actually met him, and I don't want to like brag or anything, like, oh yeah, because we got really lucky because we were at the very end of the line and we waited 7 hours. My gosh, it was insane. But he legit gives you his full attention. Like, it was amazing. I was watching from the moment I got in there because you end up in the room with him, and the line kind of snakes around, so you can actually like watch him meeting everyone for like a good hour before the line snakes around, and he really zones in on you. He really gives you his full attention, and it's so sweet. And he cares so much. Unlike that was what made it so cool to be like, oh yeah, I made the boss. So he's like, oh, I know you. Not me specifically, but he was very excited. It was so cool.
He recognized you.
He recognized my work.
basically.
He did not recognize me as a person. I think if I met him again, he'd recognize me, but that's about it.
Most likely, yeah.
But that was cool. That was cool. He's like, he was all excited. It was so sweet. They pushed me to the front of the line too, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go first. And I'm trying to tell Una to go first, our spriter, and she's like, no, you made the game.
Yeah, dude, it was you. You started this whole thing, so.
So I had to go
Pure
first.
pressure.
Yep. I went last because I was holding the phone that was video recording everything.
Yeah,
So,
hold on.
thank you for doing that because I enjoyed seeing that very much.
And then
You're welcome.
Jack said
All of us
he
back
liked,
here, we're just cheering on you guys.
And then Jack said he liked the Jenny's theme, and Sushi and Cat went upstairs and cried. And I was like, guys,
Oh,
are
no.
you okay?
Oh no.
it was just, it kind of hit me afterward. I was like, he said my music was pretty. Oh my gosh.
And yeah, at least you didn't cry there.
Yeah. No, I don't.
On the spot.
I think it was just.
Cat was about to, but
Yeah, I think it was
did.
just me being a little nervous and trying to figure out, okay, am I saying everything I want to say? Did I get all of it? You know, just kind of going through all of that. Oh my gosh.
it was so cool. It was so cool. Like it's really cool, and I do recommend it. He does give good hugs. He hugged me twice, probably because I made the game. He's a very huggy person. Did not realize that. Like, 'cause I know he hugs his fans, and I kind of figured that was more for their sake, but no, he's very huggy. I get the idea that he's just the kind of person that'll just hug you for no reason. Just kind of got that vibe just from meeting him for like 2 minutes.
Surprise hugs!
Yeah,
Dude.
he seems like the surprise hugs kind of guy. Mark does too. I feel like they would do that to each other. Like just, but not like in this really sweet, like sentimental way. No, I get the idea that they would attack each other.
Swoosh!
It's a strategy war game. What? What?
We are going to have war with
I'm
hugs.
imagining like Jack sneaking up behind Mark, like, and Mark not even knowing Jack's there, and then just running at him and tackling him.
That is a horrifying visual.
It'd be funny, and I think that they would laugh about it, but also probably end up in pain.
Yeah, like a head injury. I don't think that'd be good.
I just get the idea that that's kind of their friendship, just from the videos I've seen of them together. But
Oh yeah, just
So I'd give to have a friendship like that. I've done that to people. It's amazing.
I do.
Dude, just another question. People have celebrity crushes all the time. So long as it's not anything, like, serious, then it's not really problematic.
some of the most awkward comments on the boss were, "Is it bad that I'm attracted to Jenny?" And I was like, a little bit. Considering she's my
People have
character.
fictional crushes all the time. Come on.
Well, there was one person who said, Undyne's voice is making me, or not Undyne's, GLaDOS's voice is making me gay.
Oh dear.
No,
Well,
I sent you that quote, that one. You're like, well.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, well, you can't help how people feel, so okay, good for you, I guess.
Thanks for watching.
You're way too ace for that, but.
Yeah.
And then there was
Well, like I said,
207's voice is so sexy. Who did this voice?
Well, like I said, some people have celebrity crushes on real people. If you just, like, I wouldn't... So long as you're not, like, taking it to, like, realistic levels or anything. Because, I mean, and this is a cautionary tale. Sorry to, like, drag this off into another area. But there actually was a case recently of... I don't know if you guys heard about it, of Gavin Free from
Yes.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to mention it, but he and his girlfriend were at home, and apparently this fan had developed like a really mad crush on her, and because of that, he started like despising Gavin and actually wanted to kill him. So he went to their house with a gun, actually fired the gun at them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Gavin and his girlfriend went up to hide in the closet, called 911, and the police ended up arriving. The guy got bored and left, and the police shot him on the driveway. But the point is, the fact that he actually went out and tried to act on his crush, that was not good. So, having a crush is one thing. Going to that extreme level is not good.
You could say that about anyone, even a non-celebrity crush. Any crush.
Yeah, exactly. So, just, I guess, crushes are okay if you're, like, realistic about them, I guess.
Can you add a little stuff to player in the game? The friendly ones, I mean. The platonic single player? Like, fully platonic? I would not rule it out, but not like, romantic.
Yeah, platonic friendship kind of stuff, that's always good. That's always well and good.
I would never do that. Yeah, I think it's just more
Yeah,
to prove a point.
I didn't say anybody was going to do that. I was just saying this is a very big cautionary tale. Just saying, like, yes, it's okay to crush on people, just, don't go overboard.
I don't really have very many crushes, so I don't really know what it's like to get that obsessed, but,
Yeah,
most people don't know that. That's creepy.
Yeah, most people don't.
I don't really crush on a lot of real people, but, like, fictional characters are different. I've had, oh gosh, I can't tell you how many fictional crushes I've had over the years. I mean, and for me, though, it's always, like, it's never really, like, I mean, I'm ace, so you know what I mean. Like, it's more just, like, romantic, cutesy, yeah, that kind of cutesy crush kind of thing, so, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah.
Do you have any more boss-related questions, I'm wondering?
Yeah, we might have deviated a tiny bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Marissa asked, also, was that Wishu? I can't pronounce her real name, I'm sorry. At the end of the game, yes. She has her own convention table at the very end of the game.
She's standing next to Jax, actually.
I believe Cryotic has his own table, just a sup guy sprite.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So.
What kind of relationship do Jenny and Cliff have outside the game? I guess this can go for all 4 of them. Jenny and Cliff met shortly after the events of the boss. I've been thinking about writing a fic on it, but I'm not sure if I can write a fic about somebody looking through Tumblr and finding someone. But the idea is that I think what happened was, shortly after the events of the boss, Cliff went on the You're Welcome tour, and he took a picture of himself, he took a selfie of himself in, like, the t-shirt, and Jenny was scrolling through the Markiplier tag on Tumblr and saw it and was like, what? He exists? Because she thought this was all a, like, ridiculously vivid dream. And Cliff did too. Like, everybody thought, like, okay, yeah, this didn't actually happen. That there's no way this could have actually happened. So she's scrolling through Tumblr and she sees Cliff. And she, like, clicks on his profile and it's like, it has to be Cliff. All of he reblogs so many puns and Jacksepticeye memes and stuff. And so she, like, messages him like, okay, this is gonna sound insane, but what are your thoughts on Billy? Like, like, she wants to ask him a question that doesn't sound completely ridiculous, like, oh, hey, were you in Wireland? So she messages him, what are your thoughts on Billy? And he's like, he needs to be protected. And then he, like, starts going about his, like, headcanon about how Billy is, like, the best kid ever. And she's like, okay, that can't be a headcanon. You have to have gotten that from something. And he's like, oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I would. And so she, like, sends him a selfie, and he's like, Jenny?
You could probably make a a mini comic out of that.
If I could draw, I would, but I can't.
Well, get an artist who's interested in doing that, I guess, from the team. I don't know, but that could work.
I don't know if we're to the point where we can go on, like, we can go onto the Tumblr and be like, here are some comic ideas we have for anyone who's looking for inspiration.
Oh, I meant more just, like, from the team rather than just being like, sup, art, please do it. Like, no.
No. We're not there yet. I know Jack has asked for stuff like, can you draw that?
Oh, yeah.
But,
and it's like 2 seconds later, but no.
But I have this idea also that Jenny and Cliff met at a convention. Jenny actually flew out to America to meet. I think I have this idea that she's 23, and I don't think she went to college right away after she finished, like, the previous school, whatever it is in Australia. I think she may have taken some time off, just for her own mental health, and, like, gotten jobs and stuff. So she's currently in college as of the boss. I don't know what she's majoring in. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking something like English or, like, sociology or something. And no, she's not gonna get her master's or anything. She's just happens to be studying right now, and that she decides she's going to study abroad in America. And now that she's met Cliff, she's decided she's going to study abroad near where he is. So they actually are real life friends within a year of the boss. So they actually are, like, real life friends as of, like, when Glitch in the System comes out. It could happen after Glitch in the System also, because I had this idea that when they see each other they hug, but I haven't, like, fleshed that out or anything. But yeah, by the time Glitch in the System rolls around, they're really good friends. They're best friends.
So, let's see. Since Jack playing the boss, how many people have asked to work on the game? A lot.
Lots.
So many.
A lot.
I think I've gotten at least 30 or so.
I refreshed Tumblr, and it's like 4 asks, can I help? And it's very nice and very cool. But we're just like, first of all, you're an anonymous ask.
I'm tempted to, like, tag everyone who's asked and then, like, make a game with these people.
Oh yeah, just to see what they can come up with. That'd be really cool.
I would not be surprised if another game came out of that, honestly. Like, here's a list of all the people who have asked to help. Now, create a development team. Make a game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Watch them make a better game than the Moss.
No.
Oh, hold on. I don't have a Tumblr account, so how do I send art to you beautiful people? If you have a Twitter, we have a Twitter, Sarcastic Poster. Yeah.
And we have, let me type out the Sarcastic Poster. Actually, let me put it into the game description. Email.
I have a Daily Motion.
Yes.
We'd like you to follow. Alright. Let's see.
Yeah, Jenny's 23 and Australian. We actually do have some character sheets for her and Cliff. If you go to our page on Tumblr. Jack also reblogged the one for Jenny. It's just basically a whole bunch of background information that we may or may not mention in the game. So
yeah.
You can also probably take a look at concept art on the Boss Game Jolt page for technically Julie and Jenny and Cliff. I think that should still be there.
I mean, the
so.
main things with Jenny is she's got the hairstyle, she's got the green eyes, which is, everybody seems to have noticed. And the reason she has green eyes is, first of all, you generally see blondes with blue eyes, not green eyes. I don't know why that is, but people always draw like that. So I was like, let's give her green eyes. Kind of like Rapunzel. And another reason was the rest of the characters all have green in their design. But Jenny's wearing purple, so that was kind of our way to incorporate green into her design as well.
I'm only allowed
YouTube comments and DeviantArt. Do you have an email address? Because I just put the email in the description of this video right here.
Oh yeah, there was like this cool art that I saw this morning that someone posted on DeviantArt. Both Hearts and Heroes combined with the boss.
That was cool. I couldn't comment on it because I wasn't on my computer at the time, and my phone hates DeviantArt, but...
Many things hate DeviantArt, you're fine.
DeviantArt mobile is terrible.
Yeah,
I was looking through comments, actually, on the last boss video, and I was, like, looking at it, and I'm just seeing a bunch of comments like, this actually started, like, a giant resurgence, like this in Hearts and Heroes,
I think that
of
was both
fan
of
game
them, yeah.
love.
Uh-huh.
Guys, you kind of started a fan game renaissance.
Yay!
I thought that might... I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought that might happen when I was first in development, because it was like, not a lot of fan games were in development, and the ideas that I had for this game were really big, and so I was like, if this is good enough, people might start making lots of fan games again. But I didn't think that would actually happen. I was just like, yeah, that's possible, but, I mean, this game's not gonna be that good, right?
Katie?
I know. Well, bear in mind, this was like not last November, 2 Novembers ago. So, there's the fan game renaissance is fully booming. It's gonna get ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Jack and Mark are gonna have like a fan game a month at this point. At least.
At this point, they already have.
I would love that.
It's already stacking.
I love watching them play fan games. That's like my favorite thing.
So someone asked, how do you guys figure out how to do all this stuff? Sorry that this was kind of a vague question. I'd like to say, just throw anything at the wall, see if it sticks, or rather, throw it at a Google document, brainstorm it, get everything out on paper first.
That works. Also, just... You're probably... Okay, game design-wise, some things are probably gonna suck the first time. Just
definitely. The boss sucked for a long time.
Reprogram a puzzle twice. That's a very specific thing, but you'll figure out a lot more, like, effective ways of programming something if you do it twice. The Sean battle went through, like, 3 iterations, I believe, when it came to mechanics, so...
Yeah, you were kind of on your own for that one.
Oh, yeah. And that was nightmarish, but we're not going to talk about that. But point is, trying things a second or third time, even if it means, like, canceling your game for a few days, months, but, like, figuring it out, just, like, what works, what doesn't, it'll help you make a more effective, like, working system. I don't know how it was for Katie and Sushi for a majority of the horror and portal maps, but I'm guessing there were a few, like, failed attempts at some things.
It wasn't so bad. We actually did pretty well. I think the main issue with the portal section was the turrets game over. That was difficult, but that wasn't, like, anything I hadn't done before.
Well, the sliding puzzle, I originally came up with another version where it's like, you had to get it to a maze, and there were, like, trap doors, and you could not push the block onto one of those trap doors, and that wasn't working out. I couldn't get it around the corners either, so then at some point I was like, you know what? Forget it. Sliding puzzle.
Why not?
No, I told you sliding puzzle. You were all like, I want to do something else. And I was like, no.
Okay, yeah, fine. Did you guys draw... sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Alright. Did you guys draw inspiration from Hearts and Heroes?
No.
No. We actually didn't know that game... Yeah, we didn't know the game existed until, like, a week or two before the release of our own game, I think.
It was the day our game came out, I think. No, it was the day before our game came out. I got a message from one of the developers like, hey, congratulations on your game. I'm actually making a Markiplier fan game myself, Hearts and Heroes. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's really similar to yours. We had a big team on it, and it's got original music and original sprites and stuff. And I got excited because, you know, that's another fan game like ours. And so I was really hyped for it. I downloaded it the first day. and played it.
Mhm.
It was so good. But yeah, no,
But yeah,
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
It's been really cool how our fandoms have kind of like interconnected in a lot of ways. That's been really awesome, and how we're kind of attributed as the two like bringers of the fan game renaissance. I feel like if there was a history book of all things Jacksepticeye, that the boss and Hearts and Heroes will have a significant section in the history of the channel. How the great fan game renaissance of 2018. That'd be hilarious.
It would be.
Like 2019 is gonna get ridiculous. There's gonna be like 15 fan games.
Oh yeah, if YouTube doesn't burn. Oops.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they'll still be on Twitch and stuff, but yeah, YouTube's not.
The Twitch fan games. Yeah. I knew about Hearts and Heroes, but I was horrible and left the boss development team for a tiny bit, so they couldn't have drawn inspiration from anyone in the programming side. So.
No, yeah, Hearts and Heroes was. We didn't know. We had no idea it was a thing. Like, I think I at one point asked if there was any other Jack fan games, but obviously they didn't respond to us. I don't know how they found out about ours. I have no idea.
Might have just been Tumblr reblogs from same
probably.
accounts. I don't know. But yeah, no, I remember following Hearts and Heroes since 2016. It was really the only fan game being made at the time for him, I guess, or for many YouTubers. So it was in
your desperation there.
Oh yeah, I was just like, please more. And it was just like one blog. I'm holding on to this until it gets released. So yeah.
You're holding on to hope.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Please,
There was nothing being made. Yeah, there was a Five Nights at Freddy's Markiplier, like RPG Maker fan game. It never got made. So that was the only other thing that was being made at the time.
On the team for another fan game for a bit?
Yeah, unfortunately, there were, I think, 2 fan games I tried to work with. One got canceled, the other I genuinely don't know what happened with, so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like, you left it and then just never...
Nothing came out of it, I don't think, no. And then Repeat Entertain came around.
Well, the boss was probably boss at that point. You were like, you were a weathered fan game creator at that point. You had seen some stuff. You were.
I have seen things.
You were cynical there, and so you were all like, "Yeah, this is never gonna get finished."
I was very mean during the early development stages.
We needed that, but yeah, you were a little mean. I was like afraid you hated it.
Yeah, no, I
mean, it was bad, but
at this point, I was very used to seeing a lot of developers either trying to go all over the place with the project or, again, just disorganization, which,
one of the reasons
is
you were
a
mean
killer.
is you wanted to make sure that we wouldn't crumple underneath criticism, if that's possible. I think that might have been one of the reasons you were like so. Like, okay, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I think I asked you, is there anything in this game that does work?
Yeah, it was very bizarre early development stages.
So, then you helped a bit at the beginning, and then you just disappeared.
Yeah, and then I was the worst and being like the last week of release, I'ma fix things. Like, can I please fix things? And you're like, what? Okay, sure. So,
I think, no, it wasn't the last week of release. It was
close to the last weeks.
Months before release. Because
2 months.
It took a while to get the Sean battle. I don't think it took just a month. Because we were all like,
even
how do we
then,
do the Sean battle? And I remember talking to you about it. I was like, I don't know what we're going to do for the Sean battle. So it would have been around the time we were thinking about doing that. So I think it would have been about 2 months.
The Sean battle definitely took months. I don't remember how long.
I think it was about 2. I think 2.
Yeah.
We
It's
were
very
doing it right up till release. Like, we were programming it on Monday, and that game was going out on Sunday.
Oh yeah, so it was
down to the wire. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
the last asset got added in on Thursday.
I was wondering.
How long did it take for the boss to be completed? It was 9 months.
Says, I was wondering if you guys are
almost longer, I think. Actually, no, it must have been longer.
Oh, Hearts and Heroes?
I think so.
Hearts and Heroes, I don't know what happened with that
It
game.
was
Might have
like
been
2 years.
I think it was like they didn't know what they were doing at the beginning, so there was a lot of like trying to figure it out.
I believe there was a lot of like issues with the Slender Spoilers,
Yeah.
I guess, for Hearts and Heroes. Everyone's seen it.
I think he
For
said
the
it worked
Slender
for
area.
a year to get Slender correct, or something.
Yeah,
He
9
said
months
that
to a
in the
year,
hour.
something.
Oh,
So,
That I think was
Well, yeah,
most
it
of
says-
the development time, and then by the end it was like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing now.
oh yeah, they were confident enough with the engine.
That was what happened with the boss, though. That was definitely what happened with the boss, because like we didn't know what we were doing, and so Escapist in particular, Escapist took us half the development time, and Portal
Escapist was
/
brutal.
Stanley took 2 months, and Portal itself was like 1 month.
I guess this is for Sushi and Katie. Any tips for anyone wanting to learn how to create their own fan game?
Well, it's for you. You are the fan game guru. You know your things. You know the stuff.
I failed in transfers. You cannot give me this much credit.
Yeah,
was
the
like-
patrons, I'm surprised nobody de-pledged after what happened with the Patreon.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised no one's like yelled at me yet. Like
It's
like welcome to the
fine.
kitchen voice, like the kitchen void. I was like, oh damn it. I've had this engine for 4 years.
One of the Patreon rewards for the $5 and over tier is getting the kid to play games a day early. Well, we're like, oh, we finished the demo early, so we sent it to them, and it was the wrong file, and it was buggy. And they were like, why is this so buggy? And we were like, wait, we fixed that. And like they're going over all these issues, and like, we fixed that though.
Yeah, and then you could hear the Canadian screaming, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, no, this might just be for you because this is your first fan game project, so.
Know your source material really well.
Oh boy. Boy, did we watch a lot of videos. I'm pretty sure
Fun
I
research.
spent like months, and we're talking like literal months, where I would go home and watch Jack for like hours upon hours upon hours every day while doing other stuff, like while scrolling through Tumblr or while doing homework or while gosh, I don't even know, like just doing things, like doing general,
Bless
like
you.
cleaning the house and everything.
Right.
I would just watch his stuff, just on a constant loop, constantly, so I could get that in my head. So, if you're wondering how we got it so accurate, it's hours and hours and hours of getting
I
to
still
know
hold
the
true to
videos.
my theory, though.
What, that we were outside his house?
Yeah, you and Sushi
we
were out
were-
taking notes right outside his house. Kat was recording
That's
the
why
whole
he
thing,
moved,
like,
isn't it?
streaming it.
Cat was streaming it.
Cena, they're back again!
That's terrifying.
They're out my window!
I deny this. Look at my passport. You will
got,
see no
like-
stamps.
They've got like pencils and papers, like just like sitting outside the house with like a notebook.
Oh, jeez.
No,
And a camera, and it's like he looks out the window. We wave.
He sees us at PAX. You! It was you!
This is the worst development story. Like, fake development story.
I
First
keep
of all,
making
that's
that
not real.
joke,
They
and
didn't actually. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I'm not getting any sound. Hold on.
I don't know why I was wondering this, but I just was.
Oh.
Yeah, we're looking into Game Maker.
Yeah, we are. We looked into Unity, and it's way too difficult to use, so Game Maker.
I'm also learning RenPy for any possible like visual novel things.
Might
We
get
were
one.
Yeah.
we might. We'll see.
Is there going to be an art book?
yeah.
Is there going to be an art
Yes, there will be. I just need to sit down and actually continue to work on it. I have the file like ready to work in. I just need to work with it. It is going to be digitally published, so it'll be available for free online.
It's going to be more than an art book. It will be a story of the boss kind of book, where we're going to go into great detail about how it started, the team members, little things like that. A lot of the team members are going to put in input, like, of what they thought, and of like the production and whatnot. And then now we can put in reactions to Jack's like questions and stuff as well.
Or like other Let's Players, if I guess maybe.
Some we have some. There's some really good Let's Plays out there. I actually have been considering making a Let's Players React to series. Like Let's Players React to Trico. A lot of because they all had a very interesting reaction to that.
I believe Simulacra, the developers behind that, did like a compilation, so you could, if you really wanted to.
They did the one for the Greg voicemail. I saw that.
Oh, they did?
Jack's was by far the best reaction though, because he. Just
That's
giggled.
amazing.
He was like, "This is the best thing this game is gonna give me."
I like how
Money
that
jump
just
scares.
went beyond the game, and it just became part of his catchphrase, actually.
Well, it's because he kept imitating it.
That is true.
Yeah, it's
That was
so...
his own fault.
I swear they purposely made that a meme. You knew someone was going to meme that.
I
had
was not
to.
expecting Not in This Country Sharon to become a meme. That surprised me.
Really?
Yeah. David is 100% responsible for that line, so...
How's he feel about that? I know he got a couple Tumblr asks with just Not in This Country Sharon.
I think he likes it, and I mean, he's happy that it turned out that way. I can't really speak for him, but I do think he's happy that it's happened that way, because he does like memes, so...
He does.
I mean,
very much
I also like memes myself, but that's beside the point.
It's a shame we can't let him improvise for the next
I'm a
game.
connoisseur of memes.
I don't think he's got enough big enough like voice role in the next game to be able to like improvise things.
Yeah. What programs were used for making the game soundtracks? I can only answer for myself because I don't know what Justin is using, but for myself, I was using...
I think he might have used Reason, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think it was Reason.
Let me check.
Okay.
I know this is somewhere on the Tumblr.
Yeah.
Okay, and...
Oh, yeah, it was on the...
Yeah, Reason 8.
Okay. And in my case, I'm using like a really old program, Sony Acid Music Studio 6.0. So that's from like 2006, 2007, maybe. Yeah, it does. I also use some synthesizers on there, like Morphine from FL Studio.
That sound effect
And
that plays during when you meet Sean. I don't actually know what that was exactly, but I know you sent it to me from one of your programs.
oh yeah, that's that was one of the pre-made loops that came with Sony Acid. So it was just, it sounded great. I just kind of like slowed it down, I think, or like dropped the pitch on it.
It felt really eerie, and you sent it to me because I remember saying like, you know, this it's just completely quiet, this scene, and I don't know if I want it to be quiet. It's creepy that way. And you're like, okay, well, what about this? And you sent me that, and I was like, oh wow.
It was I think it was called like Airport or Departure or something, but anyway, and then I had one Vocaloid in there for one of the Layers of Fear songs because we needed some singing in there. Exactly. So that was Megarine Luca Rex.
Fun fact, I can hit all those notes.
Nice.
And
That is really high though.
Nice.
And then the metadata was like, what was it, Lupa? It was like a huge a huge issue until even recently. It was in the metadata was like Megarina Lupa instead of Luca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a typo.
Yeah. So people were like, who's that?
You insisted on like crediting her, and I'm like, she's a fictional character though, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she is, but it's technically like whenever someone releases like a Vocaloid song, it usually says like featuring and then the name of the Vocaloid. So it's kind of consistent with the style, I guess, of being a producer that uses that particular instrument. So
I guess it also comes with the like associating it with the company who produced the audio or the software itself. I don't know.
It's kind of like that. I don't know if you want to say it's just branding or whatever, but you know, it's like a weird sort of fusion between, okay, this is like a computer software thing, but it's also a character, but it's kind of like a music recording artist. It's
very odd.
Fictional people.
Yeah. Don't answer this if it's a spoiler, but what exactly does the static in Wireland do to the game characters if they come into contact with it? Billy said they die. Yeah, Billy said they die, but is there more to it than that? And I need this for the angst.
Oh no.
I love it. I love that people are thinking about like writing fan fiction for this. I love it. I love it. I love all the fan stuff. Please, more of that, please.
Oh my gosh, okay, I wanted to mention this earlier. Thank you guys, all of you, everybody who's out there listening or not listening. I love all the fan art. I love all the fan fiction. Just thank you so much. It is beautiful.
Yes, it's been amazing. Honestly, I've loved it. Every moment, every single piece of art. It's been amazing. There's so many contest entries as well. It's gonna be really hard to decide.
Y'all are amazing.
Yeah, no, there's been a ton of like contest entries, and a lot of very skilled artists with their own unique styles have interpreted the boss in a few ways, which is nice. So
I do wish there was more theorizing, because I feel like there's going to be a lot more for Glitch, and I want to make sure that people actually see it.
oh yeah, but even then, any sort of like writing edits, which are turning into more of a thing for this, which is nice. It's just nice. So thank you. I was gonna post some fan art and I was almost done, then left it unfinished on my laptop. No. Has anyone already asked about Auntie? If so, I'll just look back once the stream is posted.
Not many people have, actually. Like, that one's...
Yeah. Oddly enough, yeah.
I just feel sorry for our poor Discord server. We freaked him out this morning.
We got a comment on part 5 that says, okay, but did anyone tell Jessica yet that she has the most wonderful and perfect voice I have ever heard in my entire life? Like, seriously, she needs to know. Her voice is just perfect.
Cute.
What? Who said this? What?
Someone called Dead Error in part 5 of the boss, Jack's video.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my goodness. Can you screenshot that, please?
Yeah.
I'd like to frame it.
Thank you.
Because I must have responded to somebody saying who it was who played GLaDOS. And that's
Most
probably
likely,
a response to that comment.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
I don't remember. I replied to a lot of comments. I replied to so many comments.
Okay, since most of Sean's videos are saved on his computer in his thumbnails, how does that affect Wireland, I'm guessing if at all, in-game and outside of the game, unless it's a spoiler? So, I guess short version would be, do the videos affect Wireland?
In a way, but not fully. It's more headcanon based than video based, but if something was in a video, sometimes it'll show up in Wireland and sometimes it won't. It's inconsistent because we're inconsistent, honestly. My apologies for being really bad at our jobs. I'm surprised we were able to create a whole universe out of this, honestly, because I'm really bad at world building, usually.
It still works, so why not?
Katie's built a universe.
Polar Bear, we did actually answer that earlier. Yes, there's going to be a bunch of egos, so...
Oh yeah, we're putting them all in. All of them.
The new question. What's the story behind the picture of naked Sean?
Shusha, do you remember this one? Because I remember.
I think he said something like, someone was jokingly talking about it, and then our art director, Alina, just was like, went in.
So what actually happened was, this was back in the early days, so we were on Skype. This is pre-Discord, so that dates it a bit. So we were on Skype, and we were talking about Jack's house and his decorations. This is pre-Mikori, mind you. This was like the first couple days of the development. And, so Alina, our art director, who had just joined the team at this point, and I made a joke, like, we should put, like, a giant self-portrait of Jack that he would never actually have into his house. Like, something so ridiculous and so utterly stupid that Jack would never actually own. Just as a joke. And Alina goes, hold on a second. She's basically just like, hold my beer. No, she said, what about the Manuel Samuel picture? And I was like, what Manuel Samuel picture? And she leaves. She comes back, like, 45 minutes to an hour later with the picture. And is like, we must put this in, and is like, this picture. And I just stared at it. It was like, are we allowed to do that? Are we allowed to put this in the game?
Is this allowed in this creator
game?
And she was the one who designed Jack's apartment, too, so she put it in the game. So,
she designed the apartment?
She did, yeah.
I didn't know that.
She was the one who designed the apartment. You simplified the design, because there's a lot of open spaces in her design. But yeah.
I remember the very first. I did not play this build, but the very first build of the recording room is almost just a square. So when I saw a ton of empty space, I'm like, we're cutting this out. Like, it needs to be more compact. Would you change regardless for Wireland, like, to be able to fit more characters? I think that's something you told me, so.
Yeah, it'll, Jack's apartment actually stretches in more than the bathroom. The living room stretches a little bit. It's by like 1 or 2 squares, and the recording room also stretches by 1 square.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, nobody notices that, but it's true.
It's true, yeah, Trico would not fit.
Oh my gosh, yes, we had to widen that house so Trico would be able to fit on it.
Oh yeah. Unless it would just be like Trico's tail, which wouldn't make sense. The new picture hanging on the wall makes me cry though, it's so sweet. For the demo?
That's from the previous game. We had to.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Ooh, Skype. Yeah, not the best for game development. It was hell.
It was, but we transitioned to Discord pretty well.
Oh yeah, which I'm glad. Because originally I believe there was a Skype group for the artists, the musicians, the programmers, a general group.
I forgot had that, yeah.
And that was hell. So
it's because we needed the type of server. What we needed was Discord.
Like, we needed Discord, so we made Band-Aid cheap Discord through Skype. It was very weird. It was just like, let's daisy chain a bunch of like accounts and groups and just make this work, and it kind of didn't.
And then we discovered Discord, and we never went back to Skype.
Oh yeah, no, it was the worst.
Skype got deserted. I think our last messages through Skype were from like January or February.
Gamma of Fate. Sure. I don't know the. This might be a spoiler, but.
What anti-question? Hold on.
Has
I missed
anyone already?
Question.
Basically, they're asking if he has more than just a cameo in game.
What do you mean in the boss, or do you mean?
Or a glitch in the system.
Oh no, he's a major character in the game. All the egos are at least somewhat major characters.
Yeah, but apart from that, I don't think we can talk much about that.
Yeah. This game's not going to be out soon. It's going to be a while, and the best part of that is that it gives us time to like really hype it up. There's one game that we've already pretty much guaranteed that is going to show up as an area in the game, and that is the one we'll probably like hype up really hard. But the other ones, not so much. The other ones are surprises.
All right. If you guys make a spin-off or a visual novel, will you use new people? It really depends on the tasks. Programming might be a different issue for Game Maker Studio. I know nothing about Game Maker Studio.
Is there a reason why you guys chose Bing to be in the game? He's literally an exposition machine. I needed somebody to explain that Jack was in Wireland, and I didn't want to use one of the major egos for that role, so it had to be Bing. And plus, it was a lot of fun to write for him. Like, I think I actually asked Blake, the lead developer of Sept Escape, does Bing have a canonical personality? He's like, no, not really. And I was like, okay. And I literally came up with the idea for exactly how to write for Bing in 2 seconds and wrote it.
He.
Wait.
Sorry.
If Billy is half Irish...
I'm freaking out the Discord server.
Oh no, what did you do?
I typed in Zalgo again.
Why this?
I put in the theories tab too.
Every
please.
Time, okay,
Oops.
so I'm gonna come clean about something. At one point,
I'm clean.
At one point, I accidentally typed in some numbers in the chat for the Discord theories, and they jumped all over it thinking it was a code, and I was like, oh no, that was just an accidental send.
It was a keyboard mash.
But I didn't correct it for a long time.
I'm about to be banned from our fan server, guys.
Why?
I'm the one who
They're all getting mad at me.
Excuse me, I can ban, and I'll just ban them instead.
Yay!
Ban
Anyway,
everyone.
on my side.
No, we're
It's a
not doing
silent-
that. We do ARGs
There's one thing
every
I
so
want-
often. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to mention something that someone said. It says, wait, if Billy is half Irish, half resident of the internet, can't he download videos and open a Wireland cinema? That's actually a really cute idea.
He could.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
He
He
hasn't
could.
thought of it yet, but he could. How much power does Billy have to delete characters if he wanted to? No, he could not delete characters. He's not that powerful. That power belongs with Jack because you can't delete characters over the internet.
Mm-hmm. And besides that,
over the internet, but you can't delete them. Oh my gosh, no! There's so many videos on the internet that you can't. No. Billy and Fran will be scarred for life.
Oh my gosh.
Their own Let's Plays. What was Jenny's sister's like? Or sister like? What was her introduction to Jack going to be like?
So, the idea was not necessarily that she was Jenny's sister or anything like that, but she was sarcastic. She was a lot like Billy, and she was kind of going to be like a really jaded character who had a heart of gold, so you kind of got the idea that she was just a little hard to explain, but like she's kind of like putting up a wall all the time out of insecurity. And so she was just kind of like keeping everyone at arm's length. And then by the end of the game, she was going to like kind of open up, and that was going to be her character arc. But I could not write her right. I couldn't make her likable.
The only character from a fan game I can compare it to would be Red. She had some similarities to him. But apart from that, yeah, that was like, the intro scenario was pretty much the same.
She was stuck in the wall. Like, we didn't change that.
That's one of the earliest things that stuck. The apartment changed almost entirely, because I'm horrible.
No, the apartment didn't change that much. You just made it smaller. You kept the main decoration scheme.
Sorta. I changed the walls to red. Like, I remember it was like these white walls and like a very like simplistic, simplistic wall design. I was just like, Sims, please, and then just like painted it all like a new color. But apart from that, yeah, that wall room, it has been intact almost the entire development process.
Well, not that specific wall room. There was a completely different Sims map, but yeah, that Sims section, it was always going to be Sims, and Jenny was always, Julie was going to get stuck in there, and so when we transitioned to Jenny, I was like, well, this is already good, so we don't really need to change it.
I think if we're talking about something that's been intact, the transition from Sims to Escapists, that was there for quite a while.
That was there from the beginning. That one never changed.
So that was intact.
So funny, because like he walks out and he finds out that, because in The Sims, not The Sims 4 actually, ironically, but in The Sims 3, 2, 1, burglars can break into your house and you can call the police and get them arrested. So I had this idea that, like, we wanted to do the Escapist section, because that's one of my favorite series on the channel. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that again, it's been ages. Anyway, so I thought, how do we end up in the Escapists? And I thought, what if we put in like this red herring thinking it's The Sims, but it's actually the Escapists? And I think, the first idea had, let's do a section on The Sims, but then I couldn't come up with anything good enough for The Sims. So I was like, okay, let's do something on the Escapists, but we already had the Sims maps. So we had to consider, how do we transition The Sims to the Escapists, and we just made it a joke. About, like, you're under arrest for breaking and entering, and then like Jack is like, wait, what just happened? And like the next thing you know, he's in prison.
Oh yeah, it's like a really not even split transition, just like 1 second, one map, the other second is in jail, so
and
that remained intact, I think.
I just found it amusing that Jack thought the scream was a monkey.
That was him. That was actually a real, like, a vine of his from ages ago.
Yeah, the one where it's like where you're bored in class.
Yeah, a couple people recognized it.
Yeah, it's the one where he just screeches, everyone turns around to look at him, and he's got this big cheesy grin on his face.
Yeah.
I wish I could be that confident in college, but I can't.
Right? Same. He just seems bored. Like, I don't know, he just seems like...
I'm just bored in class, so I'm gonna scream.
Let me just scream.
Snort.
Yep.
I like that you just said snort instead of snorting.
Because I snort horribly, don't.
I would go to Billy's movie theater. He sells popcorn. It's really good.
I would too.
What?
I'd go there.
Yeah. Sorry to cut it short, but I'm gonna have to step out.
Oh, that's right, because you have that thing.
Oh, yeah, this thing has been going on for almost 2 hours, so...
Almost 2 hours? It's been well over 2 hours.
It's been 2.5 hours, actually.
Oh, yeah, jeez. So...
Yeah, so sorry, I'm gonna have to step out.
But, yeah.
Alright.
Eventually. Maybe. something like that, perhaps.
Soon, trademark.
An official podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, well, have a good night, everybody. I'm stepping out, so bye.
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 Later.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. You guys can keep talking if you'd like, so bye.
Alright. So,
Um,
there you go. Oh, and
And then
support
there was-
Sushi. She does art and more stuff than just game development.
oh, definitely,
So.
definitely. She's Itsumo Celestial Sushi on
DeviantArt, I think.
and then Celestial Sushi on Tumblr.
Tumblr. And
I-
Twitter is Itsumo, maybe? I
Yeah,
believe.
No, she's Celestial Sushi on Twitter, I think.
I can check. I'd put her URL, but I can't. So, yeah. Give her support. So, let's see. Will you guys do another YouTube live stream again? Depends on Katie or Sushi. Or
Do you
Kat.
guys want another one? I feel like these are weird. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I never
I
know
don't
what's
know.
going on. I'm just gonna put that out there. No idea. I am weird and no idea what I'm doing.
But yeah, it just really depends. This really deviated from a lot of, boss questions, surprisingly.
We could always do an ask, because we get a lot of asks on Tumblr. We could always do a ask us about the boss specifically thing on Tumblr, so that we can type stuff out and kind of get into the details. Because it's kind of hard to do that this way.
Yeah, like add mod or ask mod blank something about the boss, like visuals, story. That for you would definitely be story or programming.
There's a lot of story.
All the story. I want another live stream. Yeah, it just depends on whatever people find easiest.
Yeah,
more.
whatever y'all want. We aim
Pretty
to
much.
please.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, if you guys have more questions about the boss or the finale of that, you're free to ask. This covered a bunch of things though, I think. Trying to think if there's something we could talk about for Glitch, but not really.
No, we've told them more than enough about Glitch. We told them about the egos. I think that it's gonna come out they officially announced that we're putting all the egos in there, and I'm like, yeah, we did. That
So.
wasn't shocking.
Yeah.
No,
So.
of course we're gonna put the egos in there. I'm thinking of
What about the? I may not have been around for this, but did we talk about the other one?
what?
The
Boss
other
Nothing?
Oh, the boss is nothing.
Did we talk about that much? I wasn't here.
We did before.
I'm sorry.
I have a feeling
didn't
the
know.
boss is nothing is gonna just slip under the radar until it actually gets released. All
Most
I will say
likely.
is that you will cry. Bring tissues. We
I will
have
make you
storyboarded
cry.
the finale of it, and it's a
Woo!
tearjerker. Absolutely.
Hee 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 hee.
Yeah, and that we should probably clarify. It might not have its own Game Jolt page.
No, we'll probably put it under the boss.
So
So we'll officially announce that it's there on the Game Jolt page and on Tumblr and all that. And I think that with a week before it goes out, we'll probably put out some kind of promo or something.
oh yeah.
But it's kind of
so-
a quiet development right now.
So if you see things from the boss is nothing, link back to the Game Jolt page for the boss. We didn't goof. That's just where we're gonna put it. So it's not gonna have its own page, just for simplicity's sake. So that's that. Would Billy be able to have social media or send emails? I don't know if this was
He
asked.
would, yeah. He even said he has 5,000 followers on Instagram. That's not actually true. We don't have an Instagram account for Billy, although I'm tempted now to just do
Someone's
one where
gonna
I just
make
take
it for
pictures of
him.
random crap and just be like, hey, I'm Billy.
Wireland game screenshots. And I'm totally gonna put Billy in his movie
if
theater
had
in my
art,
story.
I would totally draw backgrounds of stuff or draw a bad picture of Fran. Where he's she told me not to post this, but
Oh yeah, motion blurred Fran.
yeah. It reminds me of there was on the Twitter for I think Cartoon Network. Yeah, I think it was Cartoon Network. Someone decided to take a picture, a really bad motion blur picture of Peridot, And, like, in character, like, I seem to have accidentally taken a picture of myself. I demand that this situation get rectified immediately.
That's ridiculous.
Really funny. Because I don't really keep up with Steven Universe, but I thought that post was really funny.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's really hilarious.
But
actually,
I could see us doing that with Billy. We should do that with Billy. Like, every so often on the Twitter, like, like Billy, like, freaking. Or I'll make
just
the
have him
account.
hack the account.
Do you do art? Because if you do art, that'd be amazing. Because then we could, then, yeah. No, I'm tempted to like make a Billy Twitter just to have like random. I've been tempted for a while to like make Twitter pages of the OCs from the boss, Billy and Jenny and Cliff, included, and then just like randomly.
What would their names be?
The issue is that I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could run 4 Twitters.
yeah, that's the thing. Activities, like, wise, it would be very, like, inactive at times. And there's a chance of it becoming a dead account after Glitch is
I
done.
might make a Posepticeye Twitter, maybe.
That might be easier, just be
Ask
like...
Posepticeye.
Ask Posepticeye. Ooh, let's do that. I mean, well, I can do that. I can make that a Tumblr blog.
right now on stream.
I literally could do that right now on stream. No,
In midstream, Katie's just making another Tumblr.
If I could draw, I'd make it like an Ask Posepticeye with art on it, but I can't do that, so...
Or Ask Siobi.
It'd have to be like an actual, like, just the 4 characters or whatnot, like, just talking, unfortunately, because, again, like, bad at art.
Yeah, we need to focus on
if
art
I could make
assets.
an RP Ask blog, and 100% yes, absolutely, go for it.
I think someone's making, like, a Billy account, maybe?
I would love that.
Yeah,
if
go
anybody
for
was
it.
going to make a Billy account. I was tempted to make one before Glitch in the System, but never, like, actually did.
Equals yes. But, yeah, no, go ahead. I don't really think fan games have that, apart from Septescape, which I guess...
has that.
I can say that publicly, actually. They talked about it very frequently. So yeah, they, like, talk as their characters on their development blog, I believe, so...
Maybe I'll just do that, like, on the development blog then. That might be fun, but...
Because, yeah...
No, that might get off topic really fast, though. The issue is that I already run so many blogs that it's going to be really hard to answer all of those asks.
Oh yeah, maybe just make it, like, a very limited, like, time slot for, like... asks? I don't know how this would work.
I would rather somebody else ran it, but...
oh yeah, just because we need to focus on making games. Also that. Can I post art in the self-promo chat? I mean, you can, as long as it's not, like, super violent or anything like that. I might change my Wattpad account to Billy. Hey, if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, we're totally cool with RPing as our characters, as long as you don't get so out of character that you're, like, making them into total jerks.
Oh yeah, Jenny would not be an angsty person, I don't think.
She wouldn't swear. Cliff and Jenny don't swear. Billy does, but not, like, ridiculously.
Excessive, yeah.
He will.
He just does it to annoy Jack.
He does, yes. I think he and Fran would swear, but, like, in the sense of, like, little kids finding it kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how I got into, like, PewDiePie for, like, the 1 year that I did.
I
was Catholic school. Swears were forbidden but funny topic.
I won't make him into a jerk, I promise them. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Let's see. I'll do it right now, yeah, why not? But, yeah, that's that, really. I know people made fake Hearts and Heroes, like, Instagram accounts, I believe.
That'd be cool. I'd love to, if I could, I wish I could draw, because I would totally make an Instagram. Ask Skiobi. Is that a real thing?
Well, I guess someone took it now.
Aww.
If it's a real thing, I can't see it.
Yeah, I think someone
just made it, I think.
Yeah, so... do the thing, if you want.
Yeah, we're cool with it. That'd be fun.
All the things, yeah. To be honest, I was not expecting this much, like, reception towards all the characters, or at least not through fan art. But it's been cool.
I mean, I thought that people would like them okay.
Yeah, not to the point where it was just, like, every 5 seconds, it's like, have a new awesome drawing. It's like, this is way too much. Like, I don't know.
It's not. We're totally cool. It's nothing is too much.
I mean, it's overwhelming. I'll word it that
don't
way.
Stop.
Don't stop. Yeah, not what I meant. Just, it's very cool.
I'm
That's
actually a
how
little disappointed that, like, in, like, a month or so, this whole thing is gonna be dead.
No,
I'm pretty sure, like, in a month or so, like, the hype is gonna have died down significantly.
I mean, people are still gonna enjoy the characters, I believe.
Yeah.
And either way, it's just fun. So.
It's really cool. That's actually been my dream, is to be, like, a fandom mom. Whereas, like, I'm the creator of something that people are really obsessed with. And, like, fan art of and stuff. Did what? Oh, did you make a blog?
Oh no. But yeah, also, maybe just a tiny thing. Don't steal art if you're gonna do something with role-playing. Not cool, to steal art.
We've released the logos that you guys can use. That's okay. That's about it.
Yeah. So, like, if someone draws Jenny, cool, don't steal it.
Ask for permission if you want to use it as a profile picture or whatever. Like,
pretty much.
You want to credit back to them, but, like, that's kind of my thing. Like, if I want to use a bit of artwork or something, I generally will ask the artist. Or, like, it's kind of the same as, like, Undyne Comic Dubs. Like, ask the artist. They might say yes, they might say no. There's 500 pictures of Jenny out there.
Yeah.
Draw your own. Use a sprite from the game. Because at that point, that's different. Ooh, Instagram Billy. I will follow that.
But
screenshots of Billy from the game would be fine.
Yeah, that works.
Because I don't know if that really counts as, like, fan art. Well, I guess that doesn't really count as art theft if it's, like, from
it's
the
just
game.
It's just game assets.
Make your own game or try to, like, profit off of it. That'd probably be a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little afraid someone's gonna, like, somebody already in the chat section or in the comment section of a Jack video said, "Hey, thanks for playing my game," and I was like, "Oh, hi, person." Who I've
is it like Philip?
Krog.
That cracks me up because someone made a fake logo.
Someone made a fake Sarcastic Pasta logo with Philip Krog on it.
I would really like to have I would really like to see a joke shirt of that. It's like, hey, I'm part of this team. It's like, wait, what? What team?
I think it's like the Jerry thing from Undertale, where it's like, he's trying to include himself, but no one else wants him, like, there. They try to ditch him.
That ditch Jerry.
I'm tempted to go through every single comment of, like, all the videos and see if I can find any more people trying to take credit for making the boss and, like, taking the mickey out of them significantly and glitching the system with, like, stupid names.
Special thanks to our extra directors, Philip. It's like,
that we didn't even know about.
I just see them, like, in the comment section, like, what? Because by then they'll have forgotten.
Yeah, they're like, thanks for playing my game. For real, I guess? It's like, okay. That's very odd. Yeah, that trend kind of died down. Jack Venture, like, Yukichi had to deal with that.
Oh,
like,
did she?
Oh, yeah. And for some reason I did as well. I'm like, okay. Looking back at it now, it's hilarious.
Well, yeah, Sarcastic Pasta Games does have its own Instagram. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I did not know that. Like, because I think with the boss it's a bit different because so many different people worked on it, so nobody's gonna be like, oh, hey, I'm the only person who made this, when Jeff himself knows and said that 50 people worked on it.
Mm-hmm. Sardonic Pesto Games. That's the one. But yeah, no. That trend died down because this isn't a solo project. Jack Venture was a solo project.
Yeah, it's easier to try to take it. But Jack knew who made it. It's stupid to claim the game is your own if, like, Jack himself knows who made it.
Which, I mean, people won't pay attention to something. They'll see fan game and be like, mine. Let's look at now. But I think that trend died down, fortunately.
Philip Krog tried to bring it back, but he failed.
The renaissance of Philip Krog.
Katie thoroughly smashed him.
All I did was comment and said, I hope you're not talking about this game. As the Sarcastic Pasta's official YouTube channel.
This is why you don't mess with Katie and her game. It's terrifying.
I brought down some hate comments.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple of really stupid hate comments, and I was like, well, you should make your own game and see if you like it. Like this dialogue is so cringy, and they obviously didn't. I think somebody said, like, they got the Undertale characters wrong or something. No. They got
No,
someone got
they were
somebody wrong or
criticizing
something.
your Undirus thing. Like, the one Undirus comment in there.
Yeah, that was it. And I was like, oh no, another opinion? Yeah, it was really
No, and then I stepped in, like, after someone's like, aren't you going a little bit far with that? I'm like, dude, they've been sent hate for this for a while
They've
now.
been sent death threats.
Yeah.
Like, we've actually been sent legitimate, I'm going to go kill you for shipping this death threats. Don't try to tell us that. Don't try to tell us not to do something. We'll do it. We're basically Jack. Sadistic.
Yeah, Katie will honestly know.
Sadistic
The
Preston.
Sadistic Preston.
I read that as
Flammable
pretzel
noodle
gnomes.
workshop.
Oh yes. We need to make like variant logos. Like, hey guys, for branding's sake, we need to change it up. It's like, alright.
On April
My name-
1st, we need to come up with like a really stupid, like, complete overhaul of the blog with like a fake
Philip
logo
Cragg
and stuff.
Productions.
I was tempted to pull, like, a Scott Cawthon because he released, like, FNAF 4, and it was just, like, a rehash with, like, a sprite head over one of his old games.
Did he?
I was wanting to do that, just, like, The Boss 3, release it, and it's just,
And it's just like Bill in
don't
the room,
say
like,
anything. Do not respond to anything about it.
It's literally just Jack standing there in the middle of an island, like RPG
no-
Maker Island that everybody makes when they first get the game.
It's like the default title screen music. Da-na-na-na-na. It's like, alright.
And then all
Please
the
do that.
and all the like
You don't
fake
want-
sound effects.
Oh yeah. It's like, Crystal 4. Wow. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Please do that. No, we will not. We shall not make such a atrocity.
Sadistic
atrocity.
game devs. We are sadistic game devs. Wait till you see glitch in the system. I mean, we're not hurting anyone.
You're gonna set your own fandom on fire.
I have got the lighter here with gasoline. Bring it on.
This is why we have, like, the freaking fire extinguisher everywhere in that game.
That was not intentional, but it was foreshadowing for glitch in the system.
Sure.
Unintentional, unpredicted foreshadowing.
Basically.
That
Basically.
wasn't planned, so I guess it doesn't count as foreshadowing. Let's see. I'm not ready for this. What? Oh. I mean, it's gonna take a while, so.
Yeah, you'll have a couple months to get ready, and then
couple?
you'll find out
Yeah.
when we release it. You weren't we were never ready.
No one
It's
was
like
ready.
what Corey said when Jack started playing the boss. You're never ready. You said that.
Yeah, because the problem is, I ruined so much code. If the cutscene thing properly worked, that entire thing would have panned out so differently. So I'm still beating myself.
It's a good thing you ruined the code, because honestly, Jack playing the game on the live stream wouldn't have been as good. He would have skipped around, he would have been distracted. He was able to give it his full attention.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it turned out for the better thing.
Like
I
him
guess.
he did not have very much enthusiasm playing the game for the live stream. Like he was so distracted.
I guess.
And that's kind of like what the problem is with live streams.
So,
Like I love watching them. It's just like,
yeah, he knows better. I'm tempted to, maybe I should probably tell this episode to devs to let them know that he can stream their game. Like that one would work on a stream because it doesn't have cutscenes in it. Ours, on the other hand, has to be a series. Now, granted, he's glad it's a series now, I'm sure, because he would have gotten like up to horror section and then been like, wait, there's more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
More than just like a 1 hour project.
That's probably what he thought. He probably thought it was going to be like, freaking 1 or 2 people involved, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell that was kind of what he had in mind. He thought the boss was just going to be like,
yeah. Didn't he
Jack
say in
Venture
that?
2.
Yeah, didn't he say it was like, oh, we're gonna play this and then we're gonna get back into like Fortnite or something? I'm like, bam.
I was like, yeah, it would have taken almost the entire stream to play that game with how long he took on it.
Yeah.
Like, I had no problem with him playing that game for like charity and stuff, but like,
That would not have worked. It would not have worked.
it wouldn't have been as well received.
It would have, yeah, and he would have had to release a part 2, and it would have been a disaster because a lot of people would have been confused because they wouldn't have seen part 1. It would have been
And poor
disastrous.
Robin. Poor Robin.
It would have been awful, honestly. It would not have worked.
Yeah, but we'll figure out a proper... Because I know
So,
cutscenes are
Corey,
gonna have...
like, it was fate. It was fate that you had to do that.
Even then, I wish it properly worked during the finale episode, but we're figuring out something that works to, like...
At least the most important cutscene worked for that.
Yeah. Still, I'm beating myself up over it, but in Glitch, we will fix this. There's, like, no excuse. So... Or we. No one takes the blame for this. I will be fixing...
watched all the cutscenes after the fact. I'm sure he
Most
went
likely.
into the files and actually watched them.
Most likely.
Because he was watching. He said that the cutscene appeared in like a tiny corner of his screen, so he watched the line cutscene. He busted out laughing at the beard thing because that was big enough to see on the camera.
Yeah. I have no clue. I have no clue what happened, but either way, we'll figure out something that's way more polished and easy to manipulate, both for Let's Players and regular players. So, I learned my mistake with the boss. So, I'll figure it out.
Basically.
Yeah. Basically.
So I bet people asked this before. What's it like meeting the boss? Whew. Tears.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Or a lot of. Ugh, why doesn't this work?
Oh, so much. I joked around. I would like message my friend Kat, who's on the team now, but back then she wasn't, and said, by the way, we're canceling the boss.
We're canceling. Goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I'm gonna have to
Shut off the lights. We're done.
Yeah,
We're done.
much. And she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. But still.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of that. I don't know that middle period, still unknown. You've told me a few, not really horror stories, but just a few stories about, like, trying to program endings for Stanley Parable and nothing else, but...
Oh, yeah, that sucked. I'm so glad we didn't end up doing that.
The pacing, I realized, would have been very off by that entire thing, because that's the only thing with branching, like, game mechanics, I feel like.
It would have been really, really hard. We actually had a working build, too, but we never used it. And we kept the freedom ending, and we changed it so that you would be able to go into either the recording room, or not the recording room, the employee lounge, or the meeting room. We wanted to showcase both of those maps. So I think we actually, almost all the maps got used because of the whole choosing the door, which ended up being futile because, you know, it goes to the same place.
Yeah, pretty much. And thank you to everyone who's stopping by, but who has to leave. So, yeah, I know the stream has been going on for quite a while.
Someone else said they're from Kansas. Hold on. I found another Kansas person.
I think that might have been the same person from before.
Maybe.
No, it's not. It's a different username.
Oh, was it? Okay, never mind.
I have found a second Kansas person.
Apparently all Kansas people look alike to me.
All usernames are the same.
Mimics from Kansas.
Way to be statist, Katie.
Oh, really? Huh.
It's so funny because I'm a libertarian and statism actually has a meaning in that. And it's like it's like an insult libertarians use to insult each other.
Oh dear.
It's the stupidest thing and it cracks me up. Like every time like a libertarian loses an argument with another one, they just go, "You statist."
I never heard of that.
Funny.
Well then.
It's so stupid. Statist, I think, is like somebody who claims that they're for freedom, but is actually for like big government or something. I don't know exactly, but it's so funny. It's like
alright.
It's like the big stupid argument, the big stupid response. I don't know. It's stupid.
Like a not borderline, just almost sarcastic thing to reply to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
It's like calling somebody a homophobe because they don't like a certain ship or a non-canon gay ship. They're like, oh, I don't like that. Oh, then you must hate all gay people. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright.
No.
You see that on Tumblr all the time. All the time.
No, because it's like, it's a contradictory thing.
You hate
like,
everyone. You don't like this female character, you must hate all women.
No, because it's like, it's perfectly normal on Tumblr to like ship two straight characters as homosexual, but if it goes the opposite direction, it's homophobic, and I'm like...
That makes no logical sense.
I'm not trying to start anything. I just think it's a stupid double standard that we have.
Yeah, pretty much. I can understand why they get upset, but also, it's Tumblr. Do you really think that everybody who's shipping that is going to go out and actually hurt real gay people? Given the fact that a lot of them are gay. Like, I know a lesbian Undyra shipper. She ships both, but she got into Undyris after, like, sticking up for us enough.
Well then.
She runs a blog now, or I won't say which blog it is because she's anonymous on it, but it's the funniest blog ever.
Oh, Noelle, yeah, I'm sort of doing the same, except it's on mute for me.
Oh?
What?
You running a blog? Like a stupid blog?
Wait, what?
Oh, I think, no, she's replying to a comment, so anyone watching Jack Fortnite while watching. Yeah, I did not realize he was streaming.
Weird.
Sorry.
Okay. You know, yeah, she runs an anti-shipping blog that parodies other anti-shipping blogs. It's the funniest thing.
Oh, alright.
Like, she keeps finding, like, all these anti-shipping posts and, like, posting responses that go wildly off-topic and have nothing to do with the ship itself. It's the funniest thing. That's so
ridiculous.
Yeah. But, like, the way she writes it is just so funny.
Oh. Just tangent humor.
It is tangent humor. She'll, like, go off on a really long tangent about something that has nothing whatsoever to do with the ship and does not connect to the post whatsoever. It's the funniest thing.
This is ridiculous. Let's see. We should... What?
These are the best. I love mocking blogs. Play a game. Like what? I don't have Jackbox games, so you can't, like, interact.
Yeah. Even then it might be a bit messy, because this is technically Q&A, not Jackbox. But... Yeah. How do you even... Oh, jeez. An emoji game. If you're trying to imply spam, not cool. But... Yeah, I don't even know what I wanted to say regarding,
I don't know either. All I'm gonna say is I have not eaten yet today, so I'm thinking about going to get some food.
Oh yeah, I'm just ending the stream here.
Yeah, and it's 3 hours now, 3 hours and 1 minute. So, if you guys have more questions, ask us on Tumblr. You can go on our Discord server, which I will link in the description. 1 second. Where is the Discord server?
We post development updates basically daily, or just
really
reblog. Yeah, it's almost just like we post at least one thing every day. And even then, things have been very, for the better, but very hectic on the blog, so we're very active on there, especially Katie, but also Sushi Cat and myself.
Well, it's fun because I now have, like, my own little reputation as a sadist.
This is not how I was expecting the sentence to end.
Is it not?
Oh yeah, there's fan art of Katie, like, trying, like,
there has been
people trying to protect Billy from Katie.
I love that, but it's weird to get fan art of yourself.
Oh, it is very bizarre, but it's
you've got
nice. Oh yeah, I have. And it is very bizarre. You might not get used to it, ever.
No, I don't mind. I totally don't mind. It's really cool. But
yeah, it is very cool.
I don't mind. If you want to draw me, go ahead. I don't know why you would, but go for it. But yeah, I've got, like, a reputation there. People are like, Katie, how dare you? Katie, don't do this. And I'm like, okay, but what if I did?
But why not? Also, tangent, just because a bunch of the developers weren't able to join the stream, if you check the Sarcastic Pulse at Tumblr, you will see a tiny, like, button that says Development Team. The composers, artists, writers, voice actors are still just as important. Not all the social medias for each development member for the boss is there, but you should still send support for them.
One of our writers wasn't able to get, I don't see the development. Oh, there it is. Development team. Okay.
Yeah. So they're listed by category and groups for the boss, at least. Glitch in the System doesn't have a full thing yet, but please send them support as well. I know some of them might get ignored just because they're, like, tinier tasks, but everyone was still just as important, so.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So. And I might update a few things on that page if some things are inaccurate.
She actually has a YouTube channel. I didn't know that.
Who?
Oh, Alina. I didn't know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, she does, but I don't think it's been updated in... Actually, I don't know that. I'm not gonna say that.
September 13, 2015, so pre-Undertale. Just pre-Undertale.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, all the updates are just subscribe to a channel.
So somewhat active, I guess. But yeah, support the other people on the team. They deserve just as much praise. So, yeah. And I think that's it. I don't really have any final words for this, so that's that.
It's been really nice talking to you guys. Would love to talk to you guys more. We should probably, I mean, we could go on voice chat on, not now, but we could go on voice chat on, like, the Sarcastic Plastic Games to talk to y'all. It's really cool. I don't want to be one of those, like, content creators who has to be super distant from the fans. Like, Toby Fox is really distant, and that's not really a slur on him, because that's probably his personality, and it's probably really overwhelming.
It must be.
Holy crap.
That community is a very different type of atmosphere, so even then. But yeah, we try to talk to people in the Discord server, so yeah.
I'm literally gonna post a screenshot here of the channel. We just got the new stats update from yesterday.
Oh wow.
Right? I think that's the biggest subscriber spike we've ever had.
Oh jeez.
Yesterday we got loading analytics.
But
500! Yeah. Exactly 500 subscribers. Holy crap. I wish that would happen every day. Jeez.
That is cool.
Watch out, Jack. Coming for you.
No, not even close. If that's gonna take
I know, I'm
because
kidding.
we're
Oh
at...
wow. Dude, it jumped like 20 subscribers since we started the stream though.
We have? Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, you guys are amazing and that's spectacular on the game.
Yeah.
But thank you.
You guys are so cool. You're much cooler than I am.
Oh, please.
Woo!
You are on the development team. If we are cool, you are cool.
Um,
part of CPS too.
I played the 5th on that one, but
finger guns.
I could see that in my mind's
I can
eye.
compliment you. I can't compliment myself. That's how this works, guys.
That's how this works.
Well, I don't ever complimenting yourself seems kind of like narcissistic, doesn't it? Like, unless you're saying, oh yeah.
I don't mean to sound narcissistic. That's the worst.
No, yeah.
Because it's like...
No. I've been saying it 100 times. I'm not special. I'm just a moron who made a game, and you guys just liked it. That's what happened. That's how
we all just mom you, and you're just like, no.
No.
You try to do, like, a self-deprecating comment or, like, self-deprecating humor. We're just like, Katie, no, shush.
Nah, anybody could have made the boss, honestly. Like,
shush.
Anyone... Okay.
What did I say, Katie? Shush.
Anyone can... I don't mean for the stream to ramble on, but if you want to make fan games or if you find a new interest in game development, not just because of us, no, but, like, just from seeing new games pop up, whether it's for Jack or other YouTubers or other characters, go for it. But, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say, though.
thank you guys so much for watching the stream. If you liked it...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
No.
This happened the last stream.
This is
Please.
a no. You have been stopped.
You have been stopped.
Feel free to join the Discord. It's been really nice talking to you guys. We'll probably still be on the Discord talking. I just really need to get something to eat because I'm starving.
Oh, same.
But
Okay. But thank you guys so much for all the fan art and all the encouragement and all the fan fictions. And I don't want to sound narcissistic, but more of that, please. Would love that. That I'm not saying don't do it or else. I'm just saying if you want to do more, don't ask our permission. Just do it and tag us, and we'll love you.
Dude, we share it.
We share it in the dev server.
Amazing. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's so
we talk
great.
about it all the time. We love you guys so much. It's so exciting to see the amount of awesome stuff people make for us. It's like Jack says, I love that people make stuff for me. I'm like, yeah, Jack, I don't know, nobody's gonna ever make a fan game as nice as the boss for the boss, but
it's just nice to see, I guess.
It's encouraging to see, too.
It's encouraging, yeah.
I would honestly love to play these fan games that are getting made that we inspired. I would be so excited to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So excited. And just...
That'd be so lit.
amazing. It's like Toby Fox actually said something like on Twitter or something that he couldn't wait to play the games that were inspired by Undertale, and that's exactly how I feel about this. Like, I feel like somebody's gonna make a way better game because they saw ours, and that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and Racer, you're joining a bit late, but if you're talking about Glitch in the System release date, hopefully February. So
yeah, we're gonna try
you can
to
keep an eye out on
Jack's
that.
birthday. Try.
Not a guarantee.
Do not hold us to it.
We'll post more updates on
early,
Tumblr.
We'll release it before Jack's birthday so he can have that as a birthday present. But no, we have no idea when it's gonna happen.
we'll figure it out. So
Once we get it like where we want it, then we might be able to drop
man.
hands.
The poor playtesters are probably gonna have to play the game like 16 times.
oh yeah,
Because we're gonna be like, oh, we fixed
the
this little
poor
thing. Save your
playtesters.
save files.
it'll be very weird, but
They're gonna have a
The
fun time.
playtesters are enjoying it. They're enjoying making fun of it too.
They are,
So-
yeah. They're creating memes out of the bugs they find already.
I mean, my biggest contribution to this game has literally been that toast pun. I love that toast pun.
Oh, the stale one. Yeah, I put you in special thanks for that.
Yes.
I think it was like that and one other thing. I can't remember what it was. It was finding all the anti-laughs. That was
yeah.
there. But since you didn't do any art, I couldn't put you under artist, so I had to put you under special thanks.
Oh yeah, I know. I understand that.
But yeah, you will be doing art for the next game. So
Yes, I will be doing so much art.
yeah, I think
drawings.
you've got like
All of
whole
the art.
face sets to do. So I'm really excited for that because I can't wait to see what that looks like. Because I've seen some of your art in that style before, and it's adorable.
Oh, that's old art. Please don't.
It's so good.
That one's not good. That one's like me doing it in like an hour because I wanted to do it for Inktober.
Oh, maybe.
And I wanted to get it out before the date was done. And that's when I realized, don't do Inktober stuff when you have 5 classes, all with homework, and you're doing it at 2 a.m. just to do it.
I feel you.
yeah, lots.
Not gonna lie, though, that's how I started gaining a decent following on Tumblr, but the suffering was not worth it.
You have a decent following on Tumblr? I remember when I met you, you had like 20 followers.
Thanks, Katie.
No, it's good. You've increased. You've blossomed into
Yeah,
this
dude.
great-
Most of it is because I said I, like, work with you guys now, because I jumped, like, since Jack started playing the boss, I went from 35 to 55 subs on YouTube, and then, what was it, 140 to 167 on Tumblr.
Oh, heavens, we've jumped ridiculously. Our current follower count for SPG is 2,405.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Insane. I'm so happy. But
I
it's
sound
insane.
narcissistic. I don't mean to sound narcissistic. I'm sorry.
No, that's not narcissistic.
I'm just like,
at all.
oh, geez,
I mean,
people
my
like
account
it.
hasn't jumped at all. Like, I was actually expecting, because I, put my username in there, I thought I might get a follower or two. And I think I've gotten, like, 10. And I was expecting...
Oh, it makes me happy, though. Because it's like... who was it? There's, like, 3 different people who I didn't even know sent me a message saying, like, oh, Jack really liked your art in the boss. I'm like, what?
Oh, you didn't notice?
No, I didn't, because I didn't think he would actually go through that section. I didn't think he would click on the art.
And
I cried in the Starbucks, guys.
Aw.
I was crying
Why
in
do
the
we keep
Starbucks
making you
enough
cry
to the point.
in public?
It's always in public for me, guys. What the heck? I have no
Yeah.
regrets, but still.
Uh,
People were
That's right.
asking me if I was okay.
Oh my gosh.
oh,
And it would have been a very
Like,
weird
public
thing to tell
people.
people.
yeah, it must have
I
been.
mean, it's nice because like random strangers are coming up and asking if you're okay, and that's a good thing in our society. But jeez,
Yeah.
I'm
Also, I-
crying because my artwork made it into a YouTuber video.
It's a very
yeah, that's
specific
what-
thing.
there was like a concert in my college town where my friends met their favorite YouTuber at the concert, and then me and like her boyfriend accidentally got in the photo, who we didn't know who this YouTuber was.
Oh god.
No.
And
Also,
me and Matt were just like, apparently we accidentally met a famous YouTuber, and we didn't even know her.
Huh.
apparently.
Never heard of her, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't either. I can't remember her name right now, and I feel really bad because she was super nice.
I mean, I hate to be that person, but we might be rambling a bit. This has
Sorry.
been like a 15-minute ending.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but
Thank you guys so much. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna end that.
Love
with
y'all.
oh yeah, no worries. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by and for asking us questions and all that type of
for
stuff.
just being there, just encouraging us. Whether you just found the game now or have been following us since like November when we made the blog. Like we literally made the blog right when we got the logo. So yeah.
So yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you in the next video.
All right,
Bye
bye.
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 Alrighty.
OBS is frozen. I don't know if we're still streaming or not.
There you go. Yeah,
Have
that was
I
very.
stopped? I can't tell if I've stopped.
I I have no clue.
It's OBS
Or
is
maybe not.
broken.
But
I've literally clicked stop streaming and it says not responding.
uh-oh. Maybe